Toyota, Kruger Contracting, and the Brittany Shufflebind Agency. Governor Football is brought to you by Lynn's Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Insurance and Real Estate, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Firm, American Bank and Trust, Yesway, Regional Airport, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, and Access Health Fort Pierre. And Governor's Football is brought to you in part by Happy Sun and Shine Properties, Dakota Plants Federal Credit Union, TMA, Lariat Lane, Wagner Auto, Gators Pizza, Pasta and Subs, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Edgewood Healthcare. These special in-game sponsors bring you Governor Football. Potsdam Agency, State Farm Insurance, the Hughes County Sheriff's Department, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Lynden and Associates, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service.
Now, Pierre Governor Football.
All right, thank you very much, and a very good Thursday evening, everybody. A night of high school football coming your way. It's the final night of the regular season for the 11A, 11AA, and 11AAA classes, and it's the first night of the postseason for 11B and the 9-man classes in South Dakota. Tonight, of course, here on your official voice of the Governors at River 92.7, it is the final night of the regular season for the number 1 ranked and 8-0 Pierre Governors, coming off of that huge win at home over T-Area, number 2 a week ago. 35-30, they take on the Douglas Patriots, who are 0-8 on the season, and obviously going to be playing their final game of the regular season tonight as they are out of the playoff picture. But should be a good tune-up for the Governors, and maybe even some second and possibly third stringers who will get one more opportunity to play in a significant ball game this season as well. Glad to have you with us, along with Caleb Brozick, who will be running live video streaming with live tickets, and that'll be available at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page, also at gogovs.live, which is available through the Pierce School website. We've got Heather Williams in studio running technical direction as well. Brian Oakland here, ready for play-by-play, as we'll start with a 3-minute timeout. Of course, we've got a full pregame show coming up. Pregame will be brought to you by the Becky Potts of a State Farm Insurance Agency in Pierre. We'll take a look around the Class 11AA ranks and the big schools as well. We'll give you the schedule of events. We'll give you the playoff picture as it stands right now, and we'll talk about other games going on among Central South Dakota teams, and maybe given time, we may even look at the entire playoff lineup for 11B and 9-man schools as well, as we'll get into that coming up. Starting lineups and game officials, all that and more, as per usual as well. And our Becky Pottsova State Farm pregame show, which begins in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
For over 100 years, State Farm Insurance has been there to help whenever you need them. The team at Pottsboro State Farm is your Central South Dakota good neighbor. While technology may have changed, you can always expect top-notch customer service from Pottsboro State Farm. They'll take care of all of your insurance and financial service needs, where good neighbor service is their continued priority. Pottsboro State Farm Insurance, with offices in Pierre and Gregory.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
One team. The Pierre Governors know what that means, and so do the men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. No matter how good you are, a good team makes you better. To be the best, that takes teamwork. If you want to know more about the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and their 361 team, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office and the Pierre Govs, winning teams. Welcome back to Pierre Governor Football and our Becky Pottsville State Farm Insurance Agency pregame show. I'm Brian Oakland, and you just heard from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office, and we welcome you to the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. That's where we originate our broadcast from. Interesting thing here at Douglas High School, they've got a really nice press box, but the window tinting causes some problems when we want to look out onto the field. So we're out on the observation deck, and thankfully it's a gorgeous night for high school football. Temperatures in the 70s right now, and maybe going to go just down through the 60s. So we'll be outdoors, and we've got a good view of this one from the 40-yard line on the east side of Patriots Stadium here at Douglas High School in Box Elder, South Dakota. The origination of our broadcast is the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. Thanks to the men and women of the Sheriff's Office for doing what they do and doing that first responder job, and to all first responders as well. Well, from the broadcast booth, let's talk some football here as Class 11 AA winding down in its final night of the regular season. Of course, the big game last week was Pierre beating T-Area, number 1 over number 2, 35-30, a game that went all the way down to the game's final play, but a Hail Mary intercepted by Lincoln Keenholz, and the Governors preserved that win. So they're 8-0, T-Area falling to 7-1, just their first loss of the season in the 2 spot solidly. Aberdeen Central, who beat Yankton a week ago, is ahead of Yankton now in the 3 hole at 5-3. Aberdeen's been playing pretty good defense, especially of late. Yankton is at 4-4. They're in the 4 spot. Brookings, the 5 seed, also at 4-4, followed by Watertown and Spearfish, both 3-5. Watertown percentage points ahead of the power average, so they would be the 6th seed if the 7th seed rather. If the playoff picture started today, I may have forgotten Sturgis. Sturgis is 4-4, and they're in the 6th spot. Then Watertown, and then Spearfish at 3-5, who would be the 8th seed. Mitchell and Huron both 2-6. After Mitchell beat the Tigers a week ago, they're on the first 2 on the outside looking in. Douglas at 0-8 again will not make the postseason, regardless of what would happen here tonight. So if the postseason were to begin tonight, Pierre would host Spearfish in a first-round quarterfinal game next week. T-Area then would host Watertown. Aberdeen Central would host Sturgis, the 6th seed. Yankton would then host Brookings, and the Governors as the top seed, assuming a first-round victory, would host either the 4 or the 5 seed, Yankton or Brookings, in the semifinals, with that trip to the Dakota Dome on the line for the 11 AA state championship. That all depends on how things go tonight, with Pierre playing at Douglas. T-Area is at Watertown tonight, which is a potential playoff matchup next week as well. Aberdeen Central has the AAA opponent tonight. They're hosting Sioux Falls Lincoln. That ought to be a good one up in Aberdeen. Sturgis and Spearfish are battling at Lyle Hare Stadium out in the northern hills here where we are. Yankton hosting Huron tonight, Brookings hosting Mitchell. So it looks like, if we're to make predictions, Yankton and Brookings, both the 4 and the 5 seeds, have favorable matchups. T-Area, obviously a favorable matchup at Watertown. Sturgis and Spearfish, pick them. Right now, I'd maybe give the nod to Sturgis, but Spearfish has some capability as well, maybe especially on their own field. So you could see a shakeup between 6 and 8, and with Aberdeen Central playing a AAA opponent, who knows, maybe the winner of the Yankton-Brookings matchup could vault ahead of Aberdeen Central. So who the Governors will play next week in the quarterfinals, anybody's guess right now. It's Yankton as of right now, but it could be Yankton, it could be Aberdeen, it could be Brookings. I guess we'll wait and find out, but we'll play this one out first as we get going into week number 9 of the season. Now let's take a look at a quick run-through of other games that are going on in central South Dakota. You've got KGFX, Stanley County on the road. They're playing at Wall, top seed overall in 9AA. Lyman is hosting Oldham Ramona Rutland in a 9A matchup, 2 versus 15 in Presho. That's on 94.5 KPLO. Of course, Stanley County and Wall on KGFX AM. Potter County and Sully Buttes are battling in the backyard brawl in Oneida, a playoff first-round matchup in Class 9B. Sully Buttes is the 4 seed in that region, or in that classification. Top seed is Harriet Selby area. They host Lemon McIntosh tonight. We've got that one on KMLO. That Potter County Sully Buttes game is on Star 99 up north, 99.5 FM, and Mobridge Pollock on KOLY a.m. is at Aberdeen Roncalli in a 15 at 2 seed. We'll be watching some other games as well, including Winter hosting Lee Deadwood. Winter, of course, the top overall seed in 11B. Jones County playing as a 2 seed at Hitchcock-Tulare in 9B tonight. Tough matchup there. Phillip, the 5 seed in 9A, is hosting Esteline Hendricks in a 5-12 matchup as well. And one other Central South Dakota team, Chamberlain, playing at Canton to round out their regular season in Class 11A. So those are some other games that are going on. The AAA schedule, by the way, has Brandon Valley at Sioux Falls, Washington tonight. Harrisburg playing at O'Gorman, which a lot of eyes will be on, I'm sure. And Sioux Falls Roosevelt is playing Sioux Falls Jefferson at Howard Wood Field tonight. Out here in Rapid City, it's a Central Stevens battle at O'Hara Stadium. Along with that, Aberdeen and Sioux Falls Lincoln matchup among AAA teams there as well. We'll give you a full playoff bracket and a wrap-up or roundup a little bit later on, maybe in our post-game before we sign off tonight, especially a more complete look of how our Central South Dakota teams are faring in their first-round playoff matchups a little bit later on. But we want to continue into Keys to Success and a coach's conversation. We'll talk with Steve Steele, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, after a 2-minute timeout. And you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, we should say, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
You know that feeling? The feeling that things couldn't get any better? It's you at your best. Being your best means owning your health. It means not only meeting your goals, but crushing them, then setting new ones. Partner with an Avera primary care provider. We are right here to help you create health goals so you can feel your best and move forward to your healthiest self. Learn more at avera.org/checkup. Avera, moving health forward.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
As a new season is upon us, the Service and Parts Department at Beck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 oil changes, a $200 value. Take $15 off a light detail, $645 for a spray-in bed liner to protect your investment. See all our specials at beck-motors.com. Call us to schedule at 605-224-5912. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Back at Douglas High School in Box Elder, we continue with our pregame show. Quick reminder on your way to and from high school sporting events, our South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team. They tell us all to buckle up every trip, every time, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. All right, Keys to Success. Here we go. Final game of the regular season with the Pierre Governors and head coach Steve Steele into a road trip to Douglas, Coach. But we look obviously back on that big win over T area Friday night, and I think a couple of things. First of all, and most importantly, there's some. You get this late in the season, you're going to have some aches and pains, and unfortunately some injuries that that you may not be able to get past.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Coverdale, he'll be done for the year. I mean, he'd broken his leg actually on that first offensive play from scrimmage, and incredibly played through the rest of the game, knowing his season was done and just wanting to finish that game. So he was outstanding for us, and he's done a good job this week of continuing to train those guys that are going to be going in and stepping into those roles now. So he'll be out, and then Brewer will be more of a rest. He's a little banged up, and didn't want to push it with him, and same with Judd Zabel and Emmett Anderson.
Yeah, you have a matchup against Douglas, who has had their struggles. You know you're going to be heavily favored, and you might be able to get some other people in there. So you're looking for replacements, but you're also looking for other people who can step up when called upon.
Yeah, to some degree, this is, at least with Coverdale's situation, we've got to find a replacement starter, So, Brewer, I think, probably could go today if needed, and, with the other two guys, Coleman and Chamberlain stepping in, kind of seeing which one we like a little bit better for that role moving forward. And I said, and other than that, it's just we need to build depth anyway. We want to get guys game reps. We want to get guys more comfortable when they have to step into roles. EJ playing some tight end today. We'll get the chance to step into there. Playing some D tackle today. He's been playing, rotating pretty well on the D line. So giving him the go ahead to get some time on both of those spots.
Here we are talking about linemen, and that's something we haven't really done a lot this year. Like you said last week, linemen don't get their names called unless something bad happens. But how big, how important has the line meant to the successes of this season?
It's been huge, and I think it's the chemistry of it's important, and we've had the same group the entire season, until tonight. So that's going to be an interesting change up for us, I think, just because, again, when you have someone next to you and so much of your job depends on the guy next to you, you're going to work it just a little differently than you would with your normal partner. So it'll be important to see the guys do that, but they've been great all season, so we'll see how this changes.
The other important thing that came out of last Friday's win is maybe the realization, and not that you didn't understand that there were other good teams out there, but you really found a team that could stick with you and hang with you, and even when you're playing well, there's a team out there that's going to get you if you're not playing your best game.
Yeah, it was a really good football game, and it was a really good game for us to play and experience. Just like the Brandon Valley game, it's a great thing to be pushed and to be in those situations where every play matters to the level that you could lose the game if you don't make that play. So it was a great experience for us and a great confidence for us, again, just like Brandon, where we had that ability to come back, and we did. Same thing where we were, on the other hand, where we were holding a lead and had to hold on, and we did.
And, we're kind of searching for words because it was just such a great game the other night after that game. But, I still sit and think back about the game that Lincoln Keenholz had and all of the great things he does night in and night out. I really felt like, all things considered, I don't know that he's played a better game this year.
Yeah, that was definitely up there. I think our closest games were his two best games, with that and Brandon Valley. And he didn't really make a mistake. I think he did everything he could to help us win that game, and he was great with checks against T. He really did a great job checking when they gave us certain looks that we were looking for and getting us into some plays that ended up being touchdowns for us.
So you turn your attention to the Douglas Patriots, a team that is still trying to find their way, I guess, a little bit, maybe a young or inexperienced team. But I look at a team that, judging by their scores, at least their defense is playing an awful lot better lately.
Yeah, and they do some different things that are good. They pose some challenges a little differently than we've seen so far this year. They've kind of done a conglomerate of different things, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So it is just a good amount to prepare for. It's kind of the opposite of last week, where what you see is what you get with T. They're just going to line up the same way and say beat us. Douglas is a little bit more not necessarily creative, but they do a lot of different things, a lot more than other teams that we've played.
And offensively, they list 3 running backs, maybe a run-heavy offense, but I think I'm sure they'll throw some pass in there too whenever they can. But there's some guys on that team that were there last year, and one big guy that's not there from last year too.
Yeah, their offense, they're definitely a run-heavy offense. They're one of those double-wing type teams, where they'll have a lot of pre-snap motion and look for some misdirection and stuff. So, one of those games that we just got to understand what we're looking at, have our eyes in the right place, and then fly with the football.
I've asked Jason Machachak about what it's going to be like to play this game him, and we've got that on our podcast now. But how about Coach Dan, Big Magic? What's it going to be like for him going back in this one?
We kind of talked about that a little bit this week, and he's just like, well, it's the past. It's always going to be a place that we'll remember, and we had good memories there. We had tough times there, but ultimately it's going back to an old place. But at the same point in time, he knows he's a Governor now, and he's happy to be one, and ultimately he's hoping the Douglas Patriots lose tonight. So.
All right, so you get obviously if things go well, you'll have a pretty good first half. I think you get a chance maybe to see some of your JV kids get out there and perform, and that's going to be big for them tonight.
Yeah, we're bringing out a biggest squad, at least in my time, that we've ever brought out there. We had 20 freshmen stay out after the freshman season got done. So we're over 80 kids on our roster, which is it's a really cool thing to have. It presents its challenges in terms of travel, but it's a fun thing to be at that point now with this program, and hopefully we can get a lot of them into the game.
Okay, your overall keys to success tonight then?
Defensively, stay disciplined, keep your eyes correctly, and fly to the football. And offensively, make the plays that we're able to make. We don't got to do anything special. We just have to, get lined up into the correct spots and trust our matchups.
And don't relax either. Keep the foot on the throttle, because I think when you do relax, that's when people tend to get hurt a little bit.
Yeah, we just got to come out fast and furious and not let up.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Steve Steele, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Coach's comments and keys to success are brought to you by the folks at Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We did not have a conversation with new head coach Will Velez of the Douglas Patriots, but their key to success, well, it's going to be their final night. And obviously teams that are big underdogs really don't have anything to lose. Hopefully for their sake they can come out here and make some plays, and maybe you get small victories here and there. Obviously the Governor defense is going to be tough to make plays on, even though some of that Governor defensive side of the ball going to be maybe new people who haven't played as much, given the fact that the Governors are missing a few people here tonight, but guys that will not play because of the bumps and the bruises that the season has presented them with. But again, I think for Douglas, just come out and try to make a good showing and do the best you can against the team that has proven themselves to be the best team in the state. See if you can get some good experience heading into another season next year. That's keys to success, if we were to paraphrase, so to speak, for the Douglas Patriots. In addition to Coach Steve Steele and the Pierre Governor, keys to success from Central Dakota Eye Care. Looking across the way, I see Dan Machachok, the former head coach of Douglas, who is now a Pierre Governor assistant. Of course, son Jason will be back here on his own former home field. The Machachoks were here for a number of years, and Coach Magic for about the last 10 years as a head coach of the Douglas Patriots, now on the Pierre Governor's sideline. So kind of a special moment, I think, for them to come back. I'm looking at Coach Magic, though, across the way in front of a TV camera, and might be getting a little bit of an interview to Rapid City Television. So interesting side note there. Keys to success, again, let's hear from Central Dakota Eye Care, and we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're back with the starting lineups as we continue in our Becky Potsova State Farm pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Central Dakota Eye Care continues to grow. Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Blazik. I've recently joined the practice at Central Dakota Eye Care. I'm excited to move back to Pierre, and I'm accepting new patients of all ages. We offer state-of-the-art equipment, trained staff, and the best selection of eyewear and contact lenses. Regular yearly comprehensive eye exams are key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 for an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
We're back at Douglas Patriots Stadium, and as we are outside on an observation deck, you may hear that the PA announcing speaker is right over our head, but we'll try to deal with that as we give you our starting lineups in our Potsdam State Farm pregame show. It is senior night and parents' night for the Douglas Patriots. Let's start with them as we'll focus on some of these seniors, but their starting offense begins with a sophomore at 155 pounds, Aiden Russell, and a triple running back set, including Tyler Dumdye, who's a 170-pound senior, Logan Huber, another 170-pound senior, also Anthony Mosier, a 175-pound senior in the backfield. Marcus Woods is a 190-pound junior lining up at a wideout spot. The offensive line will include Remington Kasuski, a 205-pound senior, Luke Schocker, there you go, a senior at 185. That is at one guard spot. Also Dakota Burke, another guard, a senior at 185. Wyatt Hill is a junior at 230 pounds at a tackle. Tanner Jameson, a 240-pound tackle. The other side, he is a junior, and Jacob Tebow, a 195-pound junior, lines up at the tight end spot. Defensively, the tackles are Lucas Geiersberg, a 230-pound sophomore. Sylvan Kent, a sophomore at 200 pounds. On the outside of the down line of the defense, Tucker Paris is a senior, 215, and Anthony Gindra, a 195-pound senior. Linebackers include Keon Motley, a 190-pound senior. Travis Luthi, a senior at 180. Another 180-pound senior is Morgan Sandel. And the cornerbacks in the defensive backfield will be Isaiah Brewer, a freshman at 155. Stephen Coper, a junior at 160 pounds. Matthew Dennekamp is a junior at 170 at one safety spot, along with Tyler Dumdye, one of the starting running backs, the only Douglas player who will start both ways, as the Patriots are 0-8 on the season, trying to find some chemistry, I think, all season long. Head coach is Will Velez in his first year running the program, taking over for now Pierre assistant coach Dan Machechak. Those are the Douglas Patriots and their starting lineups that are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's hear from Envirotech, and we'll give you the Governors when we come back to Pierre Governor football.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 605-224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use their mobile app, Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule because of weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
For the Governors, the Envirotech starting lineups will look something like this. Of course, a lot of people still playing in starting role here tonight, but the playing time may be limited somewhat. Lincoln Keenholz, a senior at 195 pounds. He had a great game against T-Area last week. Brock Mosier, the tailback, at a junior at 165. Wideouts still the same. Cade Kaiser, the junior, at 185. Jack Merkwan at 185, and a senior. Brecken Kruger, the senior, at 165. Also getting the start tonight, a fourth wide receiver, George Stolley, the sophomore, at 155 pounds, starting in place of the injured Jet Zabel. when there is a tight end, that will be E.J. Bucci, so he'll essentially get a start tonight on offense as well. And on the offensive line, Christian Bush still the center, a senior at 260. The nub guard is Jason Machachok, a senior at 320 pounds. On the other side, the inside guard, Lucas Coleman, gets a start for Matthew Coverdale, who has that broken bone in his lower leg from a week ago. He's a junior at 260 pounds. Josh Switzer, a senior at 215, is the outside guard. And at the tackle spot, that'll be Lucas Chamberlain, a junior at 170 pounds. Matthew Brewer will get the night off to nurse some nagging injuries for the Governors on the offensive line as well. Defensively, Jason Machachok, again on his former home field, starts as the nose tackle. Defensive tackles are Josh Rydberg, a senior at 230 pounds, and E.J. Bucci will start on the defensive end as well. The tackle at sophomore at 210. Linebackers are still the same with Gavin Stotts in the middle, the senior at 210 pounds, along with Chance Sarda, a junior 205. Deegan Huska, the senior at 175. Trey Lewis, the junior at 180. And Chase Sarda, senior at 160. The defensive backfield with Jaden Weeby, the senior at 180 pounds. Spencer Schonsberg will start tonight, the junior at 175. And the free safety Jacob Mayer, senior at 175. For the Pierre Governors, 8-0, top-ranked, 5-time 11AA state champions as well. Head coach by Steve Steele, assisted by Matt Thorson, Nathan Nas, Scott Nye, Adam Sporer, Dan Machachok, Sean Lewis, Jeff Schleckaway, Brevin Kaiser, and Duncan Trowell. Your Pierre Governors starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Another starting lineup to give to you is the naming of tonight's game officials. They are the law on the field, and they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Let's hear from them, and this important message will tell you who the guys in stripes are here in Box Elder next as you listen to Pierre Governor Football.
Attorney General Mark Vargo here, talking about sweepstakes scams. We all want to receive that call that says we've won a sweepstakes, and scammers know this. If you receive a call or an email saying you've won, but you need to pay taxes by placing money on a gift card or by mailing cash, it's a scam. It is illegal to ask for funds up front for taxes, tariffs, or customs. If you've been victimized by this scam, please reach out to my Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Is involved in football. Law on the field tonight. The game officials licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school football, and thanks to all game officials for doing a thankless job, which is often the case in officiating high school sports. Tonight's officials are Steve Dolan, the referee, Robert Gantz, Matt Berger, Rich Vogelai, and Alex Heyman, also filling out that officiating crew. Tonight's Law on the field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and the Division of Consumer Protection. Steve Dolan, Robert Gantz, Matt Berger, Rich Vogelai, Alex Heyman, a Rapid City crew. Those are the starting lineups for both teams and for the guys in stripes. We've got more to talk about ahead of our national anthem against senior night here at Box Elder High, or Douglas High School, as the seniors are being noted on the field. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back, maybe check in on some playoff scores in the lower classes of high school football in South Dakota as our pregame show continues on River 92.7.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX-FM, Pierre. Stop speeding before it stops you. Obey posted speed limits.
Push it, pull it, drag it, haul it, tow it. Just get it to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Right now, your trade is worth at least $3,000. If it's got a VIN number and on 4 wheels, we'll give you $3,000 for it when you trade in at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Don't wait. This special won't last long. Get $3,000 when you trade at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
Hey DQ fans, we're so excited about October's Blizzard of the Month that we just had to tell you. Meet the new Snickers Brownie Blizzard Treat. Made with Snickers pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and caramel topping, blended into world-famous DQ soft serve. This might just be your new go-to order, and you don't even have to trick or treat to get it. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
This Governor Sports Moment is brought to you by the team at Fisher Rounds and Associates. Carol Pickering spent 36 years at Riggs High School. She was the first girls tennis coach, coaching for 10 years and winning 4 ESD conference championships and compiling an 86-18 dual record. But she's most noted for being the school's cheerleading advisor, where her squads won the coveted Spirit of Six awards 7 times. Carol Pickering, one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by the team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Access Health Fort Pierre welcomes new and established patients, offering chronic and acute care for all ages, including evaluations for illness and injuries, immunizations, lab testing, wellness exams, and DOT and sports visits. Same-day appointments are available, and most major insurances are accepted. Good luck this season, athletes, from Access Health Fort Pierre, assuring access to quality health care.
It's the season of getting cozy, the season of warm apple ciders and sweet pumpkin pies. Before it's gone, be sure to get in the car, rev up that engine, put your pedal to the metal, and burn rubber before heading straight to the games. Fall sports are back, and First Dakota is sitting right up front with you on this adrenaline roller coaster. Raise your hands with every game-saving point, shout out your lungs when it kicks into overtime, and enjoy the ride of the season. Make some noise with First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakotanationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
17 degrees.
Welcome back to Douglas High School, Box Elder, South Dakota, near the campus of the Ellsworth Air Force Base. High school football coming your way. They still have not done, I don't believe they've done starting lineups on the field, but it looks like the captains are ready to come out and enact the coin toss here before tonight's game. So we'll just continue to move right along in our pregame show. And again, the opening kickoff coming up from Comtech, and we heard from them in that last break. Let's run down some scores here in playoff football in South Dakota so far. Central South Dakota teams no trouble for number 1 and 11B winners so far. Still halfway through the second quarter. Winner already leading number 16 seed Lead Deadwood 54-0. Elk Point Jefferson, the 2 seed in 11B, has a 42-7 lead over Rapid City Christian. St. Thomas More leads across the state at Dual in Clear Lake 10-7 nearing halftime. Just underway on KOLY AM and DRGnews.com. Mobridge Pollock playing at Aberdeen Roncalli. Scoreless there. McCook Central Montrose has a 6-0 lead early in the first minute over Sioux Valley. That in 11B. Stanley County playing at Wall tonight. They'll kick off at 7 o'clock, actually 7:30 Central Time on KGFX. Howard is the top seed, already leading Britton Hecla 20-0. Just underway just before halftime, I should say. No score yet. Elkton Lake Benton and Kimball White Lake, as Parkston already leading 8-0 on Leola Frederick in the first 3 minutes of that game. Hanson and Platte Geddes are 4 minutes in without a score. Lyman leading on KPLO over Old Hen Ramona Rutland 42-0. That one close to halftime. Castlewood has a 14-0 lead over Timber Lake nearing halftime as well. Chester area leading Harding County Bison 10-8 at the end of the first quarter out in Buffalo. Phillip area has an early 8-0 lead over Esteline Hendricks. They're just underway into the second quarter as well. And Gregory leading Iroquois Lake Preston 8-0 in the first minute too. The Governors with Matthew Coverdale out there noting as one of the captains. He's in his scooter with his right lower leg in a boot as the coin toss has been enacted. We'll get the opening kick coming up here very shortly. 9B scores have Avon leading Faulkton area 30-20. That game has 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. High-scoring game already. Del Rapids St. Mary leading Faith 22-6 in 9B out in the Great Northwest. And out here in the Western Prairie, Kadoka area, first 2 minutes of the game already a 6-0 lead on New Underwood. Other games that are happening in 11 AAA, Brandon Valley leading Sioux Falls, Washington 37-24. 3 minutes left in the third period there. Sioux Falls Lincoln leading up at Aberdeen Central 35-0, and they're still a minute shy at halftime. And maybe one a lot of people will be watching in 11 AAA at halftime. Harrisburg leads at O'Gorman 14-3. And in 11 AAT area leads at halftime at Watertown 25-0, and Mitchell has an early 7-0 lead over Brookings as that happened in the first minute of play in Brookings. So Mitchell with a quick touchdown there. It'll be Douglas to kick off here in Box Elder. The Governors will receive the opening kick. The opening kick sponsored by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services in Pierre. Up here out of the scorer's box, you've got the coaches who are up here as well, but they will go to the top level. Meanwhile, the Comtech opening kick, and the Governors with a good return. Left to right as they'll get it out across the 35 to the 40, and brought down finally at the 44-yard line. Actually, the 42 is where they'll spot it. Cade Kaiser was back in return mode.
Take over first and 10.
A pretty good return on his first effort of the season in that regard. So the Governors 8-0 on the season. Obviously, after that win over T area last week, cementing themselves as the team to beat for sure, perhaps in the 11 AA rankings. T area, though, a very close second. What a solid effort they put up. From the far hash mark, Lincoln Keenol's ready to throw. Has to get flushed out of the pocket already. He'll tuck and run up the far side, and he'll walk it out of bounds, but a loss on the play here. Looked like he stepped out behind the 40-yard line. So right away, Douglas comes with the defense. And Anthony Gindra, among others, one of the seniors who just got honored. That's going to turn into a quarterback sack for the Patriots and a loss of 5 back to the 37-yard line. Something you didn't expect, but a good defensive start for the Patriots. Governors in road white tonight with the green pants, green numbers, and striping on the shoulders, the green helmets as well. Moving from left to right. Sun is just set behind the Black Hills to our west. To our right, Keenhol's ready to throw, looking for a man downfield, and Jack Merkwan interrupted on this one a little bit, and the pass just a little bit overthrown. It falls beyond the Douglas 30-yard line, so nothing doing on that play for the Governors. And obviously, you talk about relaxation. One of the keys to success I kind of threw out with Coach Steve Steele is don't relax and don't be complacent. You don't want to come out here and kind of assume that you're going to be able to make plays and you're going to be able to get things done. You got to go out and make them happen. Right now, the Governors have a 3rd and 15, and they'll swing one out near side. Brock Mosier looking for blocking from Merkwan. He comes near side. He's got to the 50-yard line, cuts back, and then he runs into a couple of blockers. He needed that cutback, though, to get to the Patriot 48-yard line. That's going to be the line to gain, and they are already moving the chains. So a good job by Mosier in knowing where he needed to be in order to get a first down. And he just does get it. The gain of 15 from Keenholz to Mosier. That was a successful play in a key situation last week in that win over the T area Titans. And the Governors will use it here to move the chains for the first time on their third offensive play. We're 40 seconds in, 11:20 to go. Governors on the first drive of the game. No score near hash mark as Keenholz looks over the middle of the field, has his man, Brecken Kruger, 35-30, near side and gone down the near sideline. Touchdown, Governors. Crossing pattern from to Brecken Kruger from Lincoln Keenholz. Kruger got one more block after the catch. He turned it upfield at about the 30-yard line and was able to dance along the sideline all the way to the house, and that'll turn into a 48-yard touchdown. The Governors with a couple of iffy plays to start, but two good plays after that, and first getting the first down and then a 48-yard touchdown from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger, who suddenly is becoming a touchdown machine. With 11:11 to play first quarter, Ryland Derry, the left-footed booter, will put one up and through the uprights for one more, and the Governors strike first. Here in Box Elder, Governors 7, Douglas Patriots nothing. They'll get the ball for the first time when Pierre kicks. After this 30-second step away, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford.
What if we said a bank isn't a place?
Welcome back at Douglas. First drive of the game. The Governors go 4 plays and 58 yards in just 49 seconds. Lincoln Keenholz hooking up with cousin Brecken Kruger, a 48-yard touchdown catch and run with a Ryland Derry PAT. Derry kicking off from left to right, and the deep man for the Patriots will let it drop at the goal line. It will go into the end zone, and the Patriots will come out and start on their first drive of the game at their own 20-yard line. So off and running are the Governors. Lincoln Keenholz, by the way, to update his numbers on the record chase coming into this game, 596 yards shy of Lemon McIntosh's Cody Thompson, the all-time leading passer, 9-man or 11-man in South Dakota history. Keenholz with 63 yards on that opening drive to start things out in a 2-for-3 effort. So Aiden Russell, the head of the Douglas offense at the quarterback position, movement in the backfield. This will be a handoff, but getting right through are the Governors. And number 14, Stephen Coper, who lined up wide and came in motion into the backfield. Going to be dropped for a loss. Josh Rydberg getting in there. Rydberg, one of those unsung heroes, if you will, of the Governor defense. Guy just makes plays week in and week out. This will be a loss of 3 here. And Douglas already behind the 8 ball. Spread formation here, 2 wide, both right and left. Patriots moving from right to left, and they'll throw it out near side. Coper had it, but he had to slide down to the knee to pick it up off the grass. They will count it as a completed pass. He'll pick up 2 back to the 19-yard line. Russell came up just a little bit short on that, but
this will bring up third down.
The Patriots will have it at 3rd and 11 now. As we hit the 10-minute mark here, quarter number 1. Governors scored from 48 yards out on their first drive. Coper in motion, left to right. Patriots want a pitch, but this play didn't happen. There's some movement perhaps out on the far side. A flag thrown by the far side official. And we've got a false start called against the Patriots, their first penalty of the night. So mark it back to the 14, and 3rd and 11 becomes 3rd and 16. Ball spotted just inside the 15-yard line. Douglas in
third down for Douglas.
Dark blue or black jerseys, but royal blue pants. They've got white helmets, white numbers, heading from west to east. And again, beautiful night here in Box Elder. Russell wants to throw. He's hit as he throws, and this ball floats It will fall harmlessly to the turf. Actually going to be ruled as an incomplete pass, but this one almost went backward. I believe he threw that right from about the 9-yard line, and that is about where it ended. Over to his right, Douglas fortunate that that one was not ruled a live ball. So the Patriots will have to punt. Punter for Douglas is their tight end, Jacob Tebow. He has to short hop the snap, and the Governors get to him and actually run right into him. Pierre will block it and recover it for a touchdown. That's George Stolle getting in there for the recovery. Not sure if I don't believe he's the one that blocked the punt, but George Stolle is there for a block punt and a touchdown, and the Governors will get a special teams score, and they'll up their lead to 13-0 with 9:33 to play. And it didn't take much for the Governors to get through that offensive line. On the special teams play, Ryland Derry right back in there to attempt another PAT here early on. And the Governors have too many men on the field, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the offensive line, plus a snap, plus a holder and a kicker. And one Governor will exit stage left. Substitution. Foul will be a 5-yard infraction for the Governors, so they'll mark it back. And Derry essentially will have to kick a 25-yard kick instead of a 20-yard kick for a PAT. There'll be a lot of people shuffling in and out for the Govs tonight. You expect things like that to happen. Snap here, though, is good. Actually, Derry's kick is blocked, so give it up for the Patriots who get in there and make the play. The Governors will settle for 6 on the special teams touchdown, a blocked punt recovered in the end zone by George Stolle. It's 13-0 Governors. We've got 9:33 to play. Quarter number 1 back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Place to lock up money. It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Town Neighborhood Market.
Well, the Governors with an offensive possession and then pinning the Patriots back in their own red zone. They had to try to punt, but the Governors broke through. They blocked the punt, recovered the punt in the end zone for the loose ball. Here's Ryland Derry, who had his PAT blocked, but he is able to send another kick deep, and Douglas will start again at their own 20. So again, good start for Pierre. Don't know how much the offense will get to play here tonight, as we do expect, obviously, the heavily favored Governors to build a healthy lead. Certainly here in the first half. Douglas, it's kind of been that way for much of the season, but talked about one thing about the Patriots. Their scores have been more favorable. Looks like a good defensive effort, and we've seen them make now 2 good plays. Here with the inside handoff and fighting for yards, turning up into the middle of the field around left tackle. Across the 20-yard line, but only a 1-yard gain for the ball carrier. As that is Coper coming off the field. I'm not so sure he wasn't the one that had the running attempt on that. It'll be 2nd down and 9. As we go with 3 minutes gone by here in the first quarter of play. Russell out of the shotgun. Now hands off on a play motioning to the right. Anthony Mosier, the ball carrier here, but the Governor left side of the defensive lineman. Once again, Josh Rydberg getting through there. Tackle for a loss back to the 15 here. It's actually a 6-yard loss, we'll call it. Maybe a 5-yard loss, the first attempt for Anthony Mosier. And the Patriots have had these types of issues for much of the season. Again, you're talking about some issues with chemistry, things like that. We'll talk about that as we get an opportunity. Here's a double wing set, though. Man in motion. Russell rolls out to the left, heaves it, and a floater near side, and the pass is caught, but out of bounds. Great effort here for the Patriots, but Marcus Woods, the wide receiver, falls down with it out of bounds, and we got a flag thrown here late, I believe, at the end of the play. I didn't see what happened, but good coverage by the Governors. Single coverage. We got pass interference called on Pierre. So it's an incomplete pass because the receiver came down with it out of bounds, but pass interference going to be a 15-yard helper by the Governors. And the Patriots will get a first down here, moving it out to about the 30-yard line. So, second penalty here for the Governors.
First down.
And the Patriots will get out of their own red zone now, 1st and 10 at the 30, ball in the middle of the field. It's a nice setting here. Grass field, one of only 4 left in the state, including Hollister Field, of course. Push pass here from Russell out to the right side. He'll ball carrier here with Mosier trying to duck into the line of scrimmage. Into the scrum, but nowhere to go. Govs are there. Jason Machachak coming away from the pile. And again, you're kind of running into Joshua Rydberg's domain. He's made some plays already out there for the Governors tonight. No gain on this play. 2nd down and 10. Clock runs to 7:35. First quarter, Governors leading 13-0. A 48-yard touchdown pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger, the offensive score that Pierre had. Ball carrier getting a block, but unable to reach the corner. This is number 31, Logan Huber. His first carry of the night, but this will be a loss on the play. Chase Sarda, the linebacker, getting in there to blow that one up. Back to the 25. And again, yardage is going to be hard to come by. What you try to see, I believe, or what you do see the Douglas Patriots trying to do, they want to try to spread the field, get to the edge. They know they're not going to open holes up very much in the interior line. If they can get to the edge with some motion and with some pitches and sweeps and things like that, maybe they can get some corners turned. Hasn't been that easy yet. Here's a nice slant pass, though, well executed, and out near the line to gain. Tight end, Jacob Tebow. And they're going to give them a first down, hitting right to the 40-yard line. 2 first downs picked up. This is the first one through an offensive play, but a gain of 15 for the Patriots. Tebow's first reception, 2 for 3 so far. Now for Aiden Russell, and Patriots nearing midfield. 6:25 to go, clock running first quarter. Huber is in motion, and another pitch pass, but this ball gets away. But they call this an incomplete forward pass.
Incomplete pass.
And I think that's a pretty good call. It was just a push by Russell trying to lead Anthony Mosier. It's really the second time they've tried that play. It worked once as a completion, so to speak, but we called it a running play for what it's worth. But this one, since the officials blow it dead, we'll call it a pass, and an incomplete one at that. Clock stopping with 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. Cheerleading squad down below, a large cheerleading squad. I counted 25 names on the cheerleading list on the High School Activities Association roster. Another motion play here, but Rydberg yet again getting in there. Chase Sarda also. Stephen Coper dropped for a loss. Hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Forward progress is where they'll give him that one. But back to the 38-yard line, now 3rd down and 12 for Douglas. Halfway through the first quarter, and a 13-0 Pierre Governor lead. All those playoff games going on in the lower 4 classes of high school football tonight. Certainly a lot going to be talking about. That we'll be able to talk about. Russell flushed out of the pocket. Aiden Russell can't run away from the defensive pursuit, and Gavin Stotts will be recording a quarterback sack here. They have called that a running play, but I think he definitely wanted to throw the football on 3rd and 12. This will be a loss of 3 maybe 2 back to the 36-yard line, and the Governors will force the Patriots to kick. Patriots even got a quarterback sack of Lincoln Keenholz on the first offensive play of the game for the Governors. Tebow gets this one away, and Trey Lewis will ask for a fair catch. He'll haul it in at the Governor 33-yard line. So a good possession there, and some clock
at their own 33-yard line.
Time chewed by the Patriots. The Governors will have it 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. First quarter and a 13-0 lead. Under 5 minutes to go now in the first. 4:54 to be exact. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play here. Rounding out the regular season. A lot of great things, obviously, all season long for the Pierre Governors. Expect to be the top seed, certainly, and unless something really goes wrong in this game, here's a wide receiver screen, bubble screen out to the far side as Lincoln Keenholz connects with Cade Kaiser, and he'll head upfield from the 33 up to the 40 in a gain of 7. Keenholz
tackle made by number 13, that's Logan Williams.
So far, I might have had him in an incomplete pass, but I think that probably was supposed to go on the other side. I'm just thinking out loud on my stat sheet. Apologize for that. Now screen back the other way. Merkwan gets a block from Kaiser. Shifting. He's up across the 45 to the 50 into Douglas territory. Brought down at the 45 of the Patriots.
Pass is complete to number 17.
Number 22, Morgan Sandel, in on the stop, and Merkwan good enough for a first down, and the ball in the near hash mark.
Was Cooper
As the Governors will pick up 15. Merkwan's first grab of the night. From the near hash mark, we got an official play stoppage here. And they need to respot the football. Actually, the hash marks aren't real well defined here at Patriots Stadium. So, ball was actually spotted by the officials outside of the hash mark. Now ready to go again. 1st and 10. Keenholz looking to throw off his back shoulder. Heaves it for Merkwan. He's got it. Down the middle of the field on the skinny post inside the 15-yard line down at about the 11. And Jack Merkwan makes another play. The all-time 11 AA yardage receiving leader for a career.
First down.
This will be for 34 yards. So Keenholz, Merkwan, and the rest of the receiving crew starting to get in a little more rhythm. 13-0 Govs, under 4 minutes to go, 3:45 and counting, quarter number 1. Brock Mosier in the backfield with Lincoln Keenholz. Keenholz will continue to throw. Swing pass out on the far side. E.J. Bucci to tight end, and they're calling this a live football as it's on the ground, and Douglas has recovered it. So they rule that a completed pass, even though Bucci didn't have possession of it for very long. Might have had it enough for 2 steps, but the Patriots recover at their own 11-yard line. Just an out pattern, but a fumble and a turnover by the Governors. So their first giveaway here. Now we see a flag on the field as well. Or no, that's the football. Looking at that from a long distance away, it's no flag. It's Douglas football at their own 11-yard line. So with 3:35 to go, it's Douglas football again, but they start in their own red zone. They'll push one out left side. Mosier using a stiff arm to get away from Deegan Huska giving pursuit, but he spins, and then there are 2 more Governors, including Spencer Schonsberg and Gavin Stotts, to help run him down. Gain of maybe a yard.
Number 14, Schonsberg.
Started at the 12-yard line, now to the 13, second down and 9. But again, give it up for the Douglas defense. I mentioned they've been playing better. This is a team that early on in the season was losing games with 35-plus point margins and clocks running continually, but their last 2 games, they didn't score last week against Sturgis, but they did hold the Scoopers to just 27 points. Week before that, 21-8 against an always good St. Thomas More squad out of 11B. Here's Deegan Huska in coverage.
Ridden out of bounds by number 24, that's Huska.
And
Third down coming up.
Logan Huber, I believe, the receiver this time, and another short gain on a completed pass just out across the 15-yard line. We'll call it a 2-yard pickup. Huber's first receive of the game. 3 for 5 and 17, make it 19 yards so far for Aiden Russell, the sophomore. But 3rd and 7 now here for the Patriots. From the far hash mark, Russell sends a man in motion. Shotgun snap, quick throw on the slant inside. Schonsberg is right there. Stotts gives a hit
to Marcus Woods.
Marcus Woods, who had the nice grab earlier. Another yard or two just across the 15 here. We'll call it the 16. But another punting situation coming now for the Patriots. Jacob Tebow. Well, we got a sideline warning that's just been issued against the Governors. You look across the way, and there are 80 Governors or so in uniform. They brought an extra 20 freshmen, which Coach Steve Steele mentioned in our pregame conversation. There are plenty of people here. Douglas has about 68 on their roster, including freshman line drive kick. Trey Lewis on the run, receiving it at just inside the 40-yard line. Good return down the near sideline all the way inside the 20 to about the 15. And depending on the spot, could be even deeper into the red zone. No hang time from Tebow on that one, which he did have do a nice job of on his first punt.
Governor set up first and
He'll spot it just inside the 15-yard line. So with 1:18 to go, the Governors will try again to add to a 13-0 lead. If you're just joining us, once again, the Governors had a 48-yard touchdown pass in their opening drive from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger. PAT was good. Then they blocked a punt, and George Stolley fell on it in the end zone for 6 more, but the PAT after that one was blocked. So 13-0. Keenholz on the run. He will be run down and dragged down. Morgan Sandel, a linebacker, getting through. So Keenholz being surprised, and keep in mind, for the Governors, you've got some new people out there. You're missing Matthew Brewer. You're missing Matthew Coverdale. As the Governors will have to set it up here at the 27-yard line, a loss of 12 on the play. Second sack of Keenholz. First time he got sacked, he actually ran it out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage. Now alone in the backfield, shotgun snap, he'll tuck and run. Get out of the pocket here, near side to the 25 to the 20. Got some room, 15, 10-5 and a touchdown. Made a little hesitation, stutter step at the 3-yard line to get rid of one more defender. Matthew Dennekamp, the last line of defense, but Lincoln Keenholz is in for another rushing touchdown. This one from 27 yards out. The Governors score, and it's 19-0. Keenholz with passing touchdown earlier, number 34 on the season, now tacking on rushing touchdown number 16. 50th touchdown of the season for Lincoln Keenholz. There he'll try another PAT out of the Keenholz hold. And the Chachok snap, and this one is a line drive. That one might have been partially touched, and it bounds off of the right upright. And this one also is no good. 1 out of 3 for Derry. With 29 seconds left, the Governors lead here in the first quarter, 29-0. Make that 19-0 with 29 seconds to play. We'll take a 30-second break, and we're back for another Governor kick. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Down to the Patriot 15-yard line, even though Keenholz was sacked for a loss of 12. Back to the 27. It turns into a 2-play 15-yard drive, taking About 41 seconds off of our first quarter clock. That 27-yard touchdown run for Lincoln Keenholz. Kickoff by Derry will be returned here out across the 20 to the 25, and Huber will give the Patriots some decent field position at about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Trey Lewis in on the stop. Patriots got 21 seconds to start, to go here in the first quarter. We'll call it the 28 here to start for Douglas. So, again, Douglas defense, they've made some plays, but Governor offense obviously going to be able to make a few more by and large on the evening. Here's Mosier, who tries to reverse it. That was another one of those push pitches, and Anthony Mosier trying to get it to a backfield mate, but that one was covered up by the Patriots. There's a penalty flag down, and I believe what they're going to have is maybe an illegal motion. There was a motion receiver in Stephen Coper who came in motion, looked like he might have been moving forward. Yeah, illegal procedure here against the Patriots. Official's going to take the ball back to the line of scrimmage and mark it back 5 yards from there. Actually, if the Governors would have taken the result of the play, or maybe this play didn't happen. Otherwise, the Governors could have added second down and a little longer than what it is right here. They still ran 9 seconds off of the clock, so it was a dead ball. Play started at 21 seconds. Now it's down to 12. Technically, they should probably put it back to 21, but whatever the case, 1st and 15 here for the Patriots back at their own 23. Pass thrown out far side and overthrowing Logan Huber is Aiden Russell.
Going to bring up second down for Douglas.
So again, seeing Douglas throw the football, just trying to pick up yardage here and there. They've had one good pass play, which was a pass caught out of bounds for an incomplete pass, but a Governor pass interference helped the Douglas cause a couple of possessions ago. Now 9 seconds to go. We're in the first quarter, 19-0 Governors. Huber in motion. He'll take the handoff, and he comes around left side, and a positive gain here finished off by Gavin Stotts, but Jacob Mayer gets in there. Mayer in on the stop of the final play of the first quarter. Patriots back across the 25 to about the 27, near the original line of scrimmage on a 4-yard gain, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors will take a 19-0 lead into quarter number 2. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre.
Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty against break-in, attempted break-in, and fire damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg Implement.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Here.
Well, a good start for the Governors on the scoreboard. There is some lackadaisical play at times, but they have a 19-0 lead. We'll go to the second quarter. Team switching directions. Now Douglas moving from our left to right, or from east to west. Try a slant pass. It's tipped up into the air and intercepted by Chance Sarda at the 33. Near side with room to run. Aiden Russell gets to him at the 2, but falling into the end zone for a defensive touchdown is Chance Sarda of the Pierre Governors.
Russell's pass was intercepted by number 35, Chance Sarda.
Excuse me, Duck Governors defensively were there. Coverage pops it up into the air, and Chance Sarda able to pick it off, and he'll ramble 33 yards for an interception return for a touchdown. And the Governors will add to their lead, second defensive touchdown of the night. Technically one on special teams and a block punt return. So Ryland Derry will try another PAT. He's just 1 out of 3 so far, and this one's going to be blocked as well. Douglas has gotten through Logan Huber twice on the right side of the defensive line, so special teams becoming a bit of a problem here for Pierre. But with 11:48 to go in the second quarter, they do up their lead 25-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Let's pause for 30 seconds. Pierre kicks when we come back. This is Pierre Governor Football.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
First turnover of the night for the Patriots turned into a defensive touchdown for the Governors. Chance Sarda, a 33-yard interception return. But again, the Governors struggling on these PAT kick attempts as Ryland Derry had another one blocked. 2 of his 4 attempts have been blocked, and he's missed one on a low line drive off of the right upright. Derry's kick taken at the 11, but muffed by Logan Huber. He'll fall ahead of the 15-yard line and catch up to it, fall on the football at about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. Douglas will have another possession from there as they trail 25-0. And again, not getting much of an opportunity to see the Governor offense on the field tonight. Ball will be spotted at the 18. Just underway in the second quarter with 11:43 to play. See what the Patriots are able to muster here. Spread formation with 2 wideouts both sides. One coming this way, that's Stephen Coper. Quick hitter out from Aiden Russell, and the pass is dropped by Logan Huber. Trying to spin and move upfield before hauling that one in, and the pass falls incomplete.
We'll bring up second down for Douglas.
9 pass attempts already for Aiden Russell, the sophomore QB. Well, Logan Huber's been a busy guy on offense. Anthony Mosier in the backfield. Marcus Woods has caught a couple of passes. Tight end Jacob Tebow, another one to watch. He had a nice slant reception for 15 yards earlier as well. Motion. And a handoff in the backfield to the Governor defense. Too quick. They'll run him down for a loss of 3. Nothing doing here for Coper. Chase Sarda in on the stop on this one. Back to the 15 it'll go, and a loss of 3. Sarda with the TFL. Looking at these rushing attempts for the Patriots, I've got 8 rushing attempts, and 5 of them have resulted in negative yardage. Right in the middle of the field, 3rd down and 13. Near side, pass is caught, this time up across the 25-yard line.
Tucker Ferris.
Tucker Ferris, the receiver. Chance Sarda will wrestle him out of bounds near the line to gain. Depending on the spot, I don't think they have it, but yet the first down chain guy wanted to move him, but this will be a yard shy. So 4th and a yard. Patriots cross the 25 to the 27. That's a pickup of 12. Tucker Paris with the catch on that one. Nicely thrown ball by Russell. Nothing to lose. The Patriots will go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 27-yard line. Taking their time here, maybe trying to catch the Governors offside, and that's not going to work. So Head coach Will Velez will take a timeout here with 10:52 to go in the second quarter. Governors lead 25-0. Timeout on the field. And in our broadcast, brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab a Coke, be back in a quick 30 seconds. Governors lead 25-0, and this is Pierre Governor football.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Welcome to state competition. Good luck.
Well, the Patriots just, again, trying to draw the Governors offside, but they weren't able to do that. Looked like the Govs did flinch, but they didn't cross into the neutral zone now. Bringing out the punting unit and a one-hop snap taken by Tebow. He fields it cleanly, and Jaden Wiebe at the last second asked for a fair catch, and he hauls it in at the 41-yard line. So a good kick here by Jacob Tebow, especially after a bad snap, and the Governors will have it on their own 41. So with 10:41 left, get a chance to see the Governor offense in action once again. They have scored 2 touchdowns, one on a short field. Still a 27-yard touchdown run for Lincoln Keenholz, the only rushing attempt for the Governors so far today. Keenholz alone in the backfield, looking to throw, but he gets flushed out, has to roll to the right. Tucker Paris can't catch him. Keenholz will fire, but short of the feet of Cade Kaiser up at the 50-yard line, and Keenholz that time just had to throw it away. And again, you got to give credit to this Douglas defense. They're coming after Lincoln Keenholz and breaking through that offensive line from time to time. And again, there are 2 new people on that offensive line. Lucas Coleman and Lucas Chamberlain. Chamberlain in particular, a little bit undersized at 170 pounds. Playing in place of Matthew Brewer and Matthew Coverdale. Keenholz to throw over the middle off of the outstretched fingertips of Brecken Kruger. Would have had a first down just into Douglas territory, but right now you almost, on that play, think that Lincoln Keenholz might have been a little gun shy, which is something that didn't really expect to be saying at any time this season. Certainly not against the 0-8 Douglas Patriots, but the Patriots playing pretty well on the defensive side. Now 3rd and 10, still from the Governor 41. Short pass on the swing, and Mosier is hit as he catches it.
Pass complete to Mosier, but met immediately by Paris.
And Tucker Paris gets in there, and that was Jason Machachok that Paris was pushing back. So again, a bit of a surprise. Governors pushed back here to the 32-yard line on a completed pass, but a loss of 9. And the Governors will punt it away for the first time tonight. And again, sometimes relaxation can be your own worst enemy. Here's a Keenholz punt coming just ahead of his 20-yard line. He kicks this one away. Punt is muffed, and the Governors have a chance to get it. Ball is still loose, and the Patriots have it, but back at their own 20-yard line.
Keenholz punt.
Stephen Coper on the ground is not getting up. This punt was recovered by Logan Williams. I believe it was number 15, Matthew Dennekamp, who wanted to make the initial punt return. But Stephen Coper on the ground was face down for a few moments. Now is rolled over, but training staff will have to give a look here. Patriots are going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. We've got 9:39 to play, an injury timeout. Timeouts from Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. Hoping for good things here for Stephen Coper, who's been a key part of Douglas's attempts here in this first half of play. Let's take a 30-second break, and we're back with more. Governors lead 25-0 on River 92.7.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing. The corner.
Well, back in box elder, Stephen Coper, who was down for several moments, eventually was able to sit up and get up and walk off under his own power. Got his bell rung pretty good, it looks like, but hopefully we'll see Coper back in this game. Patriots will have it, though, 1st and 10 after a Kane-Olds punt. Douglas defense playing well, but the Governor defense also getting plays in the backfield made, as Chase Sarda gets back in and tackles Logan Huber for a loss on 1st down. Mark it back 4 to the 16-yard line. And again, more difficulty in running the football here for Douglas. 9:15 clock running in the second quarter, and again, hasn't been a pretty night for the Governors in several aspects. And again, we're going to be seeing kind of a revolving door of people in and off the field. Spin move, Russell throws out left side of the flat as his pass completed.
Russell's pass.
Deegan Huska on the stop, and again it is Logan Huber back near the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a pickup of 3. They'll mark it to the 19 this time.
We'll bring up 3rd down for Douglas.
And again, most of these plays for Douglas not picking up an awful lot of yards. But again, when you're 0-8 against an 8-0 squad, you'll take whatever you can get. And just see how many positive plays you can get out of the night on offense. 3rd and 11 in this case, though. Russell will stay out of the gun. He's got a helper in the backfield. Now wants to go up the right hash mark, looking for Huber, but overthrows him. Well thrown ball, but too much on that one over the top of his intended receiver, and a 3 and out coming here for Douglas. A 4th and 11 situation coming up. 8:17 left here in the second quarter. 25-0, the Governors with 2 offensive touchdowns. A Keen-Olds to Kruger 48-yard pass play. Kruger catching and running from about 30 yards out. Keen-Olds also with a 27-yard touchdown on the ground. Governors have a block punt recovered for a touchdown and an interception by Chance Sarda. Return for his score. Another bad punt snap. Jacob Tebow receives it, and he somehow gets a kick away in a line drive and roll to the Douglas 40-yard line. Again, a punt of about 21 yards when it's all said and done, but Pierre will have excellent field position right there at the Douglas 40. Right now, 8:09 to go. And in some regards, sometimes, if you're a Governor fan, I think in this case, that clock can't move quick enough. There's a lot of play stoppages, incomplete passes, and changes of possession, and things like that. Do we have a flag on this play? It looks like Douglas is switching personnel for some reason. Governors are ready to go on offense, but the officials seem to be flying around at times. So I'm not really sure what's happening here. They're going to re-spot it. running into the kicker. All right, well, Tebow did get that punt away. The Governors were breathing down his neck. They're going to take it back to the 19-yard line. Check it. It was, well, the 19 was the line of scrimmage. Now they have it back at the 21. So actually they thought the line of scrimmage was the 16, I believe. Now a better snap, but Huber is going to tuck and run here, and he's got a first down. He dropped the snap, picked it up. The Governors not bringing a rush, and Logan Huber is going to run for a first down. So the Governors caught completely off guard here in what turns out to be about a 20-yard gain for Logan Huber, now to the 39-yard line. Well, we thought they were taking the result of the punt. Now my note sheet is all messed up. Got first and 10 here at the 39-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to go, second quarter. A fresh set of downs for the Patriots. Huber in motion. Russell will pitch to the left, and Anthony Mosier tries to turn it around the left tackle. Governors pursue once again. Jason Michachak is there. Gavin Stotts yet again. I heard a stat that Stotts, he had 17 tackles in that win last week over the highly touted T-area Titans. Gets a tackle for a loss. Loss of a yard here for Mosier on his third carry of the night. It'll be second down and 11. Clock running, ball in between the hash marks. Man in motion, left to right. But here comes Stotts again. Gavin Stotts on the blitz this time. He'll bring down Aiden Russell for a loss. First hit occurs back at about the 32. That'll be a loss of 6. Ended up dragging him down another 5 yards past that, but it'll be third and about 18 now. As the Governor defense coming to life on this particular sequence. E.J. Bucci back in. Michachak will come out. Bucci's been playing some defensive tackle tonight. With Michachak out, it's big Austin Longdo, who's been in there a number of times this season, getting some added opportunities here this evening as well. Russell on a screen. Pass is caught by Mosier. Stotts giving chase, but he slips out of that tackle. Mosier reaching now for the line to gain. Might come up a yard short, but he's across the 45 to about the 48. Russell finally eventually got rid of that pass just in time, and we've got a Governor down on the far side of the field, just in front of the Pierre bench. And I can't see the number from here. Might be one of the linebackers whose numbers start with a 2, however. We'll take an injury timeout here. Now 4th and 1 situation for the Patriots up to the 48-yard line. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Station Convenience Store. The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7, KGFX-FM, Pierre. Slow the drive, arrive alive.
Back at Box Elder on a 4th and 1. Talk about the injury momentarily, but a quarterback sneak attempted here by Douglas. Can't say for sure whether he makes it or not. Near side official is marking it very close to the line to gain, which would be the 49-yard line. Injured player for the Governors was Jacob Mayer, the safety. And the officials will stop the clock here to measure. So again, close to a first down. The previous play, a 16-yard screen from Aiden Russell to Anthony Mosier, who makes a nice run. Made a great effort to try to reach for that line to gain. Came up a yard shy, but now on a quarterback sneak, We'll see if the Governor defense will have to stay out there a little bit longer. 25-0 Governors lead. Right now, clock stops at 6:13 to play. They'll stretch out the chain. And it looks like they're just short. So the Governors will stop the Patriots on downs this time.
Governors take over on downs.
Give Russell a yard for what it's worth, but Pierre will take over now.
For the Governors at the Patriots.
And again, a short field. They do have it just across the 50-yard line. We'll call it the 48 of the Patriots. 6:13 to play. 4 touchdowns, but only 1 PAT made by the Governors. 2 defensive scores, 2 on offense. Bubble screen, it comes to George Stolley. Near side, he cuts back toward the hash marks from the sideline, but maybe had more room to run had he gone straight to the sideline. Keon Motley gets to him and brings him down for a gain of only 2 to the 46. Lincoln Keenholz' last pass was a loss of 9 to Brock Mosier, and here just a couple of yards. It's not quite what the Governors had in mind on a number of these plays just like that. Now near hash mark. Govs moving from right to left. Wind is not a factor, by the way. It is an absolutely gorgeous night, not only to play football, but to sit and watch as well. First running play for Brock Mosier this evening. And he'll be tripped up by Anthony Gindra. Nice stop there. Tyler Luthi gets in on that stop as well, inside the 45 to about the 43. A pickup of 3 for Brock Mosier. 3rd and 5 here for Pierre as Keenholz tries to get the Patriots to jump. They do not. Mosier in the backfield. Merquan, single receiver left side. He got 3 receivers, looks like 2 rather, to the right. Keep it on the ground. Mosier, head of steam up ahead, dragged down by his shirt tails at the 40, but he has enough strength to fall forward for what should be a first down. Good effort there by Lucas Geiersberg, sophomore defensive lineman, but Brock Mosier just strong enough, the lower body strength, to move the chains. They'll mark him at the 38 and pick up a 5. 1st and 10. Governors ready to go again. Keenholz in the pocket. Cuts it down short, and the pass is caught here. But right there are the Patriots, and the receiver here, 33, Coulter Babcock, backup tight end, who will pick up a yard. It's interesting, something you think about of backup players like this who are going to be here for another couple of years, but Coulter Babcock is one of these guys who can eventually tell his grandkids, you know, I caught a pass from Lincoln Keenholz once. It's only for a yard, but it counted. Now George Stolley on the far side gets a first down pickup, and the Governors will move the chains. Logan Huber on the stop all the way to the Patriot 25-yard line, a pickup of 12 this time. And George Stolley going to be proving himself as an offensive weapon here. Maybe in the games to come. 3 receivers left this time. Ball's on the right hash mark. Low snap, but Keenholz has it. Looks over the middle. Has Mosier at the 10-yard line. He'll be brought down inside the 5, down to the 1 by Dennekamp. Good rhythm on that play, and the Governors are starting to look more like the offensive juggernaut that they are. Down to the 1-yard line. Keenholz to Mosier for 24 yards. And again, Brock Mosier, you expect him to run the football from time for most of the game, but every now and then proves himself to be a good pass catcher as well. Shotgun snap from the 1. Lincoln Keenholz rolls to the right, throws across his body. He's got Kaiser on a short route in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Governors. Touchdown, Cade Kaiser. Here in October, I happen to be wearing my Kaiser Strong t-shirt, and Cade Kaiser has just scored a touchdown. As the Governors up their lead to 31-0 with 3:45 to go. We're in the second quarter. Kaiser's first touchdown grab. See if Ryland Derry can get this one through. 1 out of 4 so far, and Governors give him more time, and a good kick up and through the uprights. So Ryland Derry tacks on the +1. The Governors lead 32-0 with 3:45 to go, second quarter, 30-second break, and we're back for a Governor kick next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Well, the Governor defense had to make a stand on 4th and 1. They stopped the Patriots for a gain of only a half a yard. They take over on the Patriot 48, go 7 plays in 2 minutes and 28 seconds. 24-yard pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Brock Mosier, set him up at the 1, and then Keenholz to Kaiser from 1 yard out. Keenholz showing he can make all the throws, the long ones and even the 1-yard touchdowns. Governors lead 32-0 as Derry kicks off high end over end. A little short. Dennekamp will take it at the 10-yard line. Hesitates up to the 20, but as he was ready to get going again, it looked like
Dennekamp on the return.
He gets met by Grayson Schutzel, 185-pound junior. Tight end and linebacker for the Governors. Schutzel in on a stop on special teams. Patriots will have it 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Patriots have tried all night to pick up yardage here and there, but for the most part, just little chunks at a time. They've been able to pick up double-digit yardage 3 or 4 times, however, and they have moved the chains. But you're still looking for some offense and having to play on long fields in a difficult situation for the most part. Mosier will come on a misdirection, and Gavin Stotts meets up with him, drops him for a gain of 1, maybe 2. They'll spot it at the 23, so a pickup of 2, it'll be 2nd down and 8. One thing you see when things are going well, you can see the athletic ability of a lot of these Douglas players. Put it all together, they're just not the finished product that the Governors are, so to speak. Here's Russell with a quick hitter out left side and an open field tackle from the Governor defender. Tyler Dumdye, we haven't called his name yet tonight, but he's got a reception, unfortunately, for a loss of a yard. And it might have been Jaden Wiebe out there in on the stop. So they'll spot it back to the 22. Tyler Dumdye's first touch of the football tonight. Spread formation again from the far hash mark. 2 receivers both sides. Man in motion is Dumdye, left to right. He'll be the 3rd receiver right, near side, but Russell wants to roll out, and he'll be met up and dropped for a loss. There's Chance Sarda back inside the 20-yard line. Governors with another quarterback sack will spot him back to the 19 and a loss of 3. Pretty sure Aiden Russell wanted to throw the football, even though he just didn't have time. Governor defense very quick to the spot, and that was a key to success for Steve Steele. Fly to the football, be quick to the ball on defense. 4th and 12, it'll be a punt coming for Jacob Tebow. Punt snaps have been an issue. Actually, this is Huber, not Tebow. Huber able to get this one away. Taken on 2 hops by Jaden Wiebe at about the 43-yard line, far side, inside the 40 to the 35. And down to the Douglas 37. Logan Williams on the stop of Jaden Wiebe, who was able to make a play on a Logan Huber punt. Punt of about 24 yards, but in return from there. And again, we'll see where they spot at about the 33. About a 10-yard return, so the Governors will have it from there. Another short field here for the Govs, and still 1:26 with which to work. Here, counting down the first half, they lead 32-0. Keenholz back, Flushed out of the pocket, retreats, and now comes back, floats one over the defense, and the pass is caught by George Stolle. Logan Williams was there, but Keenholz drops it down in the arms of his receiver. Stolle wasn't able to turn it upfield. He had nothing but daylight in front of him had he been able to keep it in bounds and go up the sideline, but he is out of bounds at about the 22-yard line, and that's good enough for a first down and a gain of 11. Stolle's third catch in the night. Keenholz ready for more. 1st and 10, wide open. Cade Kaiser at the 7. Turn it up the seam. Touchdown. Kaiser comes from the left side, comes on that post play. And Douglas may have lost track of Kaiser as this pass completed easily for a 22-yard score. 2 plays in the Governors, and that quick strike ability. Take 26 seconds to put another score on the board. Keenholz's third touchdown of the night. Second one to Kaiser, second straight touchdown scored by Cade Kaiser. 38-0 in a Ryland Dairy PAT still pending. Snap is good. Spot down, kick is up, kick is true and through. So the last 2 made by Derrick with an even 1 minute to play. Pierre 39, the Patriots nothing. Pierre will kick. We'll close out the first half when we return. In 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Health, happiness, and home. Hi, this is Tara Sun.
View RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
In the end zone, good kick this time by the All-ESD and mentioned All-Stater as well. Ryland Dairy on the soccer squad. Ryland Dairy, if I heard the stat right, became the single-season scoring leader, setting a record for a school record this season for the Governors, who had a really nice season. They were beaten out here at Rapid City Stevens in the first round. Governor girls, by the way, made it a second game, but beaten by Harrisburg, who went on to win that state girls soccer tournament. Rapid City Stevens also won the boys soccer championship. So both teams that beat the Governor teams ended up as state champions. First play on the ground here, Tyler Dumdye, nowhere to go. Another big loss. That Governor defense starting to figure some things out. There was some relaxation, maybe some lackadaisical play to start this one. Maybe on both ends for the Governors, but I think they've figured some things out. Loss of 4 here. Trey Lewis gets in on the stop here. Dumdye with his first carry of the night loses 4. Time for one more play if it stays on the ground. Clock at 22 seconds and counting down from the near hash mark. Patriots heading from left to right. Russell will send a man in motion. Dumdye crosses in front of him, fakes the receive of the snap. It's an inside handoff to Anthony Mosier and nowhere to go. Maybe another yard loss here, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Chase Sarda in on the stop and a good first half, pitching a shutout for the Governors. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, we'll go to halftime. It's the Governors 39 and the Douglas Patriots nothing. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Halftime coming up. That's sponsored by Leiden & Associates. Ameriprise Financial, you'll find them in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. And we'll recap this first half after a 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Governors!
DMC Wear Parts is a proud South Dakota business providing high-quality wear parts for all makes and models of heavy equipment. We quote you direct from multiple manufacturers, cutting out the middleman and getting you better prices than the large dealers. We specialize in cutting edges for motor graders, loaders, snowplows, and more. We offer complete undercarriages for dozers, excavators, pavers, and skid steers, including rubber tracks. Click to visit dmcwearparts.com or call or text 605-840-8082.
At Wilbur Ellis, our forward-thinking approach to crop protection, nutrition, and seed development combines years of service and expertise to the latest technology wherever you are, whatever your needs. We offer seed sales, providing Integra, DeKalb, and NK seed, fertilizer and chemical application, which includes ground and air spray, and more. Much more. We're proud to sponsor all area sports and activities, with locations in Miller, Highmore, and Blunt. Wilbur Ellis.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. Dakota.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierre, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be...
In today's ever-changing housing market, you need a proactive mortgage lender who can guide you through every turn of the process, from your loan application all the way to closing. Jessica Jokic with First National Bank in Pierre is dedicated to providing that level of service to her customers and making your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call Jessica today at 605-201-5254 or visit firstnationalbanks.com to learn more. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Oh, why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt. And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic!
Yeah, that was awesome. When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436. Olson Plumbing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham Tire.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder! Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Now
Hills in Spearfish. The Spartans lead the Sturgis Scoopers 21-16. Spearfish trying to get out of that 8th spot. They don't want to go to Pierre, I don't think, next week, and they're playing pretty well against the Scoopers. Bigger schools, Brandon Valley knocks off Sioux Falls, Washington 35-33 at a 5 o'clock game at the Wood. O'Gorman has come from behind. They were down 14-3 at halftime. They now lead Harrisburg 24-20 with 1 final minute to go in that one. And at O'Hara Stadium, Rapid City Stevens at halftime, just starting the second half, they lead Rapid City Central just 9-0 in that one. Sioux Falls Jefferson about 5 minutes in against Roosevelt with a 10-0 lead, the number 1 team in the state there for Sioux Falls Jefferson. Chamberlain playing at Canton tonight and leading, or rather trailing at halftime 32-0, that one in 11A. Then the playoffs are underway in 11B in the 9-man ranks. I think we've got some time to run down just about every score here. There are 8 games in each classification. Number 1 winner in 11B has defeated Lee Deadwood 62-7. The 2 seed Elk Point Jefferson beating Rapid City Christian 58-7. Dual is a winner over St. Thomas More 27-10. Aberdeen Roncalli at halftime leads Mobridge Pollock 39-0. Mount Vernon Plankinton over Tri-Valley 30-10 in the third. McCook Central Montrose 34-13 in the third over Sioux Valley. Hot Springs leads Bridgewater Emory Ethan at halftime 21-6. That game in the southwestern part of the state. And halftime, actually into the third, still scoreless as Woonsocket Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central, and Redfield battle to double goose eggs so far. Howard in 9AA, the number 1 seed, defeating Britain Hecla 48-8. Elkton Lake Benton, the 2 seed over Kimball White Lake 20-12. Good game there. That's 2 against 15, if I'm not mistaken. And that one with just 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Parkston, no trouble so far with Leola Frederick, 46-0 as they start the fourth. Bonham over Ipswich at halftime, 34-6. Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy leading Florence Henry 30-20 in the third quarter. Hamlin leads Viborg Hurley 27-8, just started the second half. Hanson over Platte Geddes 36-6 in the third, and Wall on KGFX is leading Stanley County 38-8. They still got about half the second quarter to play there. Lyman is done on KPLO. They defeat Oldham Ramona Rutland in a mercy rule 50-0. Castlewood shuts out Timber Lake 26-0. This is in 9A. Harding County Bison leading Chester area now 38-10 in the Great Northwest. Phillip, no trouble so far with Esteline Hendricks, 36-0, and the clock running continually in the later fourth quarter there. Canastota at halftime leads Alcester Hudson 20-16. Gregory shuts out Iroquois Lake Preston 50-0, and Woolsey Wessington, no problem so far at halftime, leading Dubrook area 35-0. Warner, the top seed in 9A, defeating Burke tonight 53-0. And in 9B, high-scoring game, Avon leading Faulkton area 58-48. That's not basketball. That's still first-round football playoffs. They've got most of the fourth quarter yet to play in that one. Good one up in Faith as Del Rapids St. Mary's leads the Longhorns 22-20. They've got 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Surprising Oneida, Potter County leading Sully Buttes 12-6, and that game is at halftime. That's on Star 99.5, our DRG Media Group station to the north of central South Dakota. Harriet Selby area, top seed in 9B, leading Lemon McIntosh 48-6, shy of halftime. Iroquois, let's make this Irene Wakanda, bit of a surprise, leading Corsica Stickney 26-24, just starting the second half. DeSmet over Cologne 42-0, still in the third. Kadoka area is a mercy rule winner over Jones over New Underwood 60-6, and Hitchcock Tulare mercy rules Jones County 50-0 tonight. So there's all the playoff updates. Lyman moves on. We're following them in particular on KPLO FM. Phillip is looking good so far in Central South Dakota teams. Either Potter County or Sully Buttes will move on, along with Harriet Selby area among teams we'll follow in 9B. So we've got some local interest and area interest among those playoff teams in 9B. Of course, winner will move on out of Central South Dakota there as well. So continued best of luck to those teams. Let's take another 1 minute timeout, and we will come back with more of our halftime break, sponsored by Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial. The Governors leading Douglas 39-0 on River 92.7.
Tackle your questions about purchasing your home with someone that has a passion for success. Hi, I'm Sean Lewis, Mortgage Loan Officer with American Bank and Trust. Whether you are buying, building, or refinancing, I will help coach you through every step of your American dream. I will keep you informed through the entire buying process and help you find the best product for your home goals. Send me an email, give me a call, or visit me at our Pierre location and get started with your American dream. Member, FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior legal representation. Clients can be assured their legal matter will be handled with expertise and the utmost professionalism. May Adam Law Firm's skilled South Dakota lawyers can take care of your family law, estate planning, real estate law, or personal injury. May Adam Law Firm is able to help you plan and prepare to make matters easy now and into the future, too. Call 224-8803. May Adam Law Firm of Pierre, since 1881.
Back again at Box Elder, Ryan Oakland with about a minute to go before we start the second half. Let's take a look quickly at upcoming action for these teams. Of course, tonight, with the Patriots unable to make the playoffs, their season will come to an end tonight, as they couldn't get a better opponent, as it turned out, than the Pierre Governors. But and that's literally speaking, I guess you could say. Governors will play quarterfinal action Thursday night, most likely, I'm guessing, a 7 o'clock kickoff, and we would be on the air at 6:25. Don't know who they'll play. It could be a team like Spearfish or Watertown, maybe Sturgis, who is trailing Spearfish right now, and who knows, maybe a Mitchell or a Huron could sneak up into that 8th seed as well. Mitchell playing well at Brookings so far tonight, as we mentioned earlier. So the quarterfinals are a week from tonight. The semifinals will be the Friday of the following week, November 4th, and the state championship, which of course the Governors intend and expect to be at, will be on Saturday, November 12th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're putting all of these championship games in order of classification. So instead of a Friday night championship for 11AA, they'll play Saturday afternoon. And that 11A championship will be Friday night. Governor volleyball team played well Tuesday night in a straight set win at Huron. They will host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles on Saturday afternoon. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock with a 1:30 first serve, 1 o'clock pregame for Governor volleyball from Riggs High Gym, and that'll be their regular season home finale. They should have a Sodac 16 match at home, but again, the regular season home finale Saturday afternoon. And we're on the air for that one at 1 o'clock here in Aberdeen. Governors go to Brookings on Tuesday nights, and then they go to Sioux Falls Jefferson the following Tuesday, November 1st or 2nd or whatever it is, and that'll be our the end of the regular season for the Governor girls. Only other Governor squads in action, state meet action for the or competition for the competitive cheer and dance squad coming up on Saturday at Watertown. And the state cross-country meet will be at Huron as well on Saturdays. Best of luck to those squads in their state tournament competitions. Governors kick off to start the second half. Second half kick like the opening kick, sponsored by Comtech in Pierre, and a Ryland Dairy kick, high end over end, short. It bounces, and Douglas didn't quite look like they were going to make a play, but Anthony Mosier picks it up. And Deegan Huska will run him down just across the 20-yard line. The Patriots will start with the first possession of the second half right there. 39-0, Governors. 3 touchdowns through the air for Lincoln Huska. One more for Lincoln Huska. He's a golfer. Lincoln Keenels is a pretty good football player, and he's got 3 touchdowns through the air. One more on the ground. Douglas, though, starting on offense. A move from left to right. From right to left. I'm all mixed up here in the Mountain Time Zone. Aiden Russell, the quarterback, will send Tyler Dumdye in motion. He'll take the handoff coming behind that quarterback, but Gavin Stotts has been in the way of these Douglas ball carriers all night long. Josh Rydberg also. Didn't call Rydberg's name as much in that second quarter, but he was very active in the first quarter, blowing plays up. And a loss here back to about the 20.
Second down coming up for Douglas.
Loss of a yard for Tyler Dumdye. And the clock will run continually here. The Governors got that 35-point lead at halftime. Now 35 plus. They lead 39-0. Dumdye in motion left to right. Push to Mosier. Reverse it back to Dumdye and the Governors. Not fooled. Douglas tried to run that play once. This actually is Logan Huber on the carry, but Chase Sarda follows him right into the backfield and brings him down for a big loss. They'll spot him actually favorably back to the 12-yard line. That is forward progress, but a loss of 9 on that run by Logan Huber. So third down at the 12-yard line. Line to gain is 20 yards upfield. Minute and a half gone by. Again, continually running clock. It will not stop for out-of-bounds plays or incomplete passes, things like that, nor changes of possession. Here's an incomplete pass and a floater intended for Logan Huber out on the right side. Jaden Wiebe out there in the coverage. He also was overthrown. So a 3 and out here. And the Patriots will have to punt on 4th and 20. Huber stays in there to punt. Jacob Tebow, I think, was the initial punter, and also is one of the starting tight end. Stumble. This isn't Huber either. We'll tell you who it is, but a punt is muffed. Wiebe might have been distracted, but Douglas has received or has fallen on the loose football. Anthony Mosier. You can hear it from up here. That ball just went right off the chest protector of Jaden Wiebe, who might have had his eye on the rush rather than on the football. Rare mistake for Jaden Wiebe. And the Governors will turn it over.
Patriots take over 1st and 10.
So Douglas will now have it at the 38-yard line. Drive will continue. Mosier in the inside handoff here. Positive gain this time. In motion from left to right, or misdirection, but he counters back up the middle of the field, and Josh Rydberg in on the stop across the 40. We'll call it the 41, a gain of 3. So again, sometimes not the easiest games to play when you're as heavily favored as the Governors would be in this one, but there have been mistakes, no doubt about it. You have to ask the coach about things like that. Later on in postgame, Russell hit as he throws, but he delivers the pass and a slant out to the right side. The Governors swarming. Pierre thinks they've got the football now. A lot of guys pointing in the other direction, and they do. So a takeaway here on the pass to perhaps Tucker Paris. Essentially was a pretty good gain out near what would have been a first down across the 45. We'd call it the 46 or so. Maybe even the 47, but a fumble of the football. And the Governors have taken over. So we'll see what Pierre comes out and is able to do on offense. They've got it in good field position at the Douglas 46-yard line. Keenholz will start on offense, inside handoff here. Is that Keenholz or have the Governors started with the reserves right away? It is Keenholz and Brock Mosier. Met by Tucker Paris and also Anthony Gindra. A gain of about 3 inside the 45 to the 43. Clock running continually as mentioned. A 3-yard gain from Mosier makes it 2nd and 7. Keenholz and the Governors will take their time. 3 receivers wide right, nobody wide. 3 receivers left, nobody right. Mosier's in the move now, 30 to the 25, up the middle of the field. It's all Brock Mosier on this play, and a big gain on the ground all the way into the red zone down to the 16-yard line.
Result of that run will be Governor first down.
Gain of 27 here for Brock. His biggest of 4 on the night. Biggest rushing play equaling the 27-yard touchdown run from Lincoln Keenholz in the first half. 6:35 counting down the third quarter. Near hash mark, and Keenholz will take to the air. Quick bubble screen. George Stolle moves to the outside. Flag is thrown, but he's got the 10-5 and a would-be touchdown. We'll check the marker, though, and most likely the wide receiver blocking out there, either Kruger or Kaiser, might be guilty of a hold or a helper of some kind. as the Governors tried to get George Stolley sprung to the end zone. They did the job, but maybe a little too good on that effort. And call is 20. Say 26, which would have been Trey Lewis. I don't know if he was out there playing defense, but at any rate, spot foul, and the Governors will be backed up to the 26-yard line. They'll call that right at the line of scrimmage. Third penalty marked against Pierre. A Stolley touchdown is wiped away. Keenholz in motion here, looking for Stolley again. Can't reach around the defender. Tyler Dumdye out there doing a pretty good job.
Ball's incomplete.
Dumdye never turned around to look at it, but looked for the football, but he didn't face guard or anything like that. So pretty good job by Tyler Dumdye, and the Governors will still have it 2nd and 10. Back at the 26. Make it 2nd and 20. Incompletion there for Keenholz. Just his 4th miss of the night in 18 attempts. 14 of 17, 183, 3 scores in the first half. He'll pump fake out to the left side, float one out, looking for Kaiser, caught, touchdown. I believe, or is he out of bounds? The pylon had already fallen down. They didn't put it back up. I believe this is a touchdown. They just haven't seen an official tally.
Number 5.
Cade Kaiser catches his 3rd touchdown of the night. The clock will stop with 5:11 to play in the 3rd. Continually running clock does stop on scoring plays. So that one from 26 yards out, and the Governors score. Ryland Dairy will try another PAT. Actually, they have kept the clock running here. I don't think that's supposed to be the case. Governors on a false start. And this play that didn't happen. So we'll check that infraction, and Derry, who had kicked one through, will have to kick it again. Governors right now lead 45-0 with a PAT pending. And again, that clock is still running. It really shouldn't be, but Governor fans on a school and work night probably won't mind getting back home a little earlier than normal. Derry actually got caught leaning into this one before the snap, but the kick is up and good this time. So with 4:05 to play, the Governors up their lead to 46-0. We're in the 3rd, and Pierre will kick after a 30-second step away. We're back with more Pierre Governor football.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
In the 3rd quarter, the Governors go 5 plays and 54 yards. A continually running clock. They did reset the clock back at 5 minutes, so a Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser 26-yard touchdown pass. And a Ryland Dairy PAT tacks on another 7 for the Governors, who led 39-0 at intermission. Now they lead 46-0. Updating for Lincoln Keenholz, who is now over 200 yards passing in this one, but he's added 4 touchdown tosses and a touchdown run to his totals on the season. Unofficially at my count, has that at 37 through the air. 16 on the ground, 53 total on the season. 5:15 now as Derry will kick off. From left to right here for the Governors. East to west, good kick, taken at the 6 by the Douglas deep man. And really nowhere to go for Logan Huber. He'll cross the 15-yard line to the Governor special teams. Doing the job all night long. Credit here to Grayson Schutzel once again making a tackle on special teams.
Tackle made by
now the clock will run again.
And Schutzel
Chase Sarda also downfield
Patriots
in on the stop.
from their own 8-yard line.
46-0. Final game of the season for the Douglas Patriots. They do have some seniors, several of them being honored here tonight, but they will probably have to try to retool a little bit with a new cast of characters, including a sophomore quarterback. When they get going next year, push out to Anthony Mosier out of the backfield. Flag will be thrown. Andrew Campia in on the stop there, and the Governors probably defensively, we expect them to get some new people in there from time to time. Still have a lot of starters in there. Jaden Wiebe still playing safety, and Wiebe normally a cornerback, but Jacob Mayer, I believe, got his bell rung earlier in that first half. And checking the penalty here, a 5-yard face mask to be added on after the tackle of Anthony Mosier. So 5-yard advance puts it up to the 21. It was actually a 2-yard loss for Mosier, but still first down with the penalty. As the Governors have 3 penalties already committed here in the second half. Timing pass out left side, and Logan Huber looks at the official and wondering where the interference call is, but Spencer Schonsberg, good coverage. I'm not sure that Huber ever saw that pass coming. He never made his move on the up and out. He only went up. Incompletion here for Russell. It'll be second down and about 7. And again, the clock continues to run on the incomplete pass. 3:05 down to 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Governors leading 46-0. Ball on the far hash mark for Aiden Russell and the Douglas Patriots. He'll throw over the or up the seam. Good pass there. I thought if Tyler Dumdye, the intended receiver, had made any kind of move to the inside, he would have had an easy completion there. Schonsberg with him step for step. But a little miscommunication on the execution of that pass. And it'll be incomplete and third down and about 7. Douglas, imagine they don't have a big playbook. They've tried a number of wrinkles. But still the same basic plays that they'll run for most of the game. Here's Dumdye in motion, play action to him, and another timing pattern, up and out. Double move this time, but Russell didn't give his receiver enough time to head downfield. Maybe he didn't have that kind of time. Marcus Woods, the intended receiver, and again Spencer Schonsberg there in coverage, doing the job, and Douglas will have to punt. Punting now, well, it is Jacob Tebow back in there to punt. Logan Huber had punted a few times. Not so sure that Tebow doesn't have a little hitch in his giddy-up, though. Minute and a half to go here in our third quarter. Governors on top, 46-0. Again, standing to get pretty good field position. Another short snap. Good hang time here for Tebow on a ball that bounces at the Douglas 45, but it takes a Pierre bounce back inside the 40 and finally down at the 39. Anthony Mosier down there in coverage. Actually made quite a hustle play just to minimize the size of the bounce in Pierre's favor. Pierre will have it at the 40-yard line, a punt of 19 yards with no return. So the Governors take over from there, leading 46-0. Clock inside of a minute, still running. Keenholz is done for the night. Dawson Getz, the sophomore, in at quarterback. He'll hand off to Trevor Rounds up the middle, and a good start here on this drive for the Governors. Inside the 40 to the 35, a pickup of 5.
They'll bring up second down for the Governors.
First carry of the night for Trevor Rounds, number 32. 160-pound sophomore. Looks like the down marker has him more at the 36. And here's a errant handoff exchange. Rounds didn't get it from Getz, but he comes back and falls on it. It'll be a loss for the Governors back to the 39, or maybe the 40 again. And this will be the last play of the third quarter. So the Governors will have it 3rd and 10 after the quarter break. But on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Pierre tacks on 7 in the continuously running clock, third period, and they lead on that Gales Gas Service scoreboard 46-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7. DRGnews.com, made possible in part by your Pierre sports marketing partners. They include the South Dakota National Guard and Stalkin Peterson, Lingle, Waltz-I Jones, LLP, Olinger Law Firm.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
And Pierre. We are looking for more dedicated healthcare heroes to join our team. Do you know what makes working at Edgewood so great? We provide care in a fun working environment where you will experience a warm welcome from our amazing team and residents. Come work for a purpose. Give us a call at 494-3400 to learn more. Edgewood, where home and healthcare meet.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, Pierre. Stop speeding before it stops you. Obey posted speed limits.
Welcome back to Patriots Stadium, Douglas High School. Ryan Oakland with the play-by-play starting the fourth quarter, turning directions around. The Governors heading from right to left, and now more right in front of us. The first play starts as a false start. On the left end of the offensive line, Dawson Gatz wants to throw, and a pass is almost intercepted, but the Governors will commit an offensive pass interference to deny the interception here. Gatz focusing on Andrew Campia, the receiver on the left side, near side. Campia actually, well, he had to cheat a little bit, but he negated a takeaway by the Patriots. Logan Williams was there in coverage. So you can give a little bit of credit to Andrew Campia here. The Governors will have it. Still third down. That's a 15-yard penalty even on the offensive end. The Governors going to get marked all the way back to their own 40-yard line. So Pierre will have it now, third down in a Pennington County mile. Let's call it 3rd and 25. Patriots, had they taken the result of that incomplete pass, would have it 4th down, and actually I think they're changing their minds. So we're going to mark it all the way back from whence we came, and that's at the Douglas 45. So again, Logan Williams was going to intercept that pass. Andrew Campia grabs a hold of him, prevents the interception. It's just an incomplete pass. And Douglas, I think, does the right thing here, and they make it a 4th down. So wipe off the 15-yard penalty. It's 4th and 15 now. Patriots will send 2 back. Governors with a left-footed punter in there. Good kick here, too. It'll go the distance into the end zone over the head of Anthony Mosier. Rylan Schrake, backup punter, 185-pound junior. Kicks at 45 yards, but it'll be a net of 20 yards, 25 rather, as the Patriots will have it out at their 20-yard line on the touchback. Just underway in the fourth quarter, under 11 minutes to play. Governors will finish a perfect regular season, 9-0. They haven't had a lot of those if you think about it. Last year they did lose twice before going on to the state championship. The year before that had a loss to Brookings as well before beating Brookings in the championship. Year before that, well, that was the record-setting year when the Governors did finish a perfect season.
Your ball carrier.
Logan Huber on a carry here, but that goes nowhere. Governor defense will cover that up. It'll be 2nd down and 10 and a gain of 0. Andrew Campia again in on the stop. So Campia, who has seen Rylan Derry come in and take over the kicking duties now. Still making a contribution on the defensive side of the football here, playing well. Actually became a defender on that pass that he wasn't able to haul in. Pass completed here to Tyler Dumdye, the tight end. He'll slip a tackle and he'll move up ahead, up the middle of the field. And Jacob Tebow, good for a first down across the 30, call it the 32. Gain of 12 from Russell to Tebow, who catches his second pass of the night. So a fresh set of downs for the Douglas Patriots, the ball right in the middle of the field. And that's when they've looked their best. Those slant passes they've been able to complete. If they get the space, and certainly if they give their quarterback enough time to throw the football, Douglas is able to move the chains. Quick handoff here, and the jet sweep to Logan Huber coming across in motion. But once he turns the corner, there's all white and green. Shrake is the last one away from the pile, it appears. Austin Longdo on the nose up there. Might be a gain of about a half a yard up ahead of the 32. For Logan Huber, it'll be second down, and we'll call it 9. Fourth quarter clock, 8:40, it's counting down. 4 receivers wide. One coming this way. Play action and a rollout. Russell stops and he heaves a floater looking for Tebow, coming back at it. But he'll be the one that knocks it down here. The Governors with Jeremiah Knutson in coverage, a 155-pound sophomore. Good job in coverage there for Knutson. That was the first time that Douglas looked like they may have had a chance to really make a long play downfield. They've thrown some long passes, but communication and timing just hasn't been there on those types of plays. But this one, it looked like they had an opportunity, although Russell, when he let go of that pass, it did float on him just a little bit. So 3rd and 9 for the Patriots. Governor showing some pressure here. Shrake almost got to him. Another floater is caught at the 45. Defender loses track of Logan Huber, and Huber is gone. Touchdown, Douglas. Trevor Rounds in coverage. Lost track. He looked back for the ball, and I think he lost his balance just a little bit. Logan Huber catches it at the 45-yard line. And nothing but daylight. A positive play, to say the least, for the Douglas Patriots. They're on their final game of the season. Nicely done. 7:12 to play. That's a 68-yard touchdown from Aiden Russell to Logan Huber. Huber could have been easily distracted on that play, but he's able to look it in and take it the distance. Patriots will go for 2. Russell out of the gun, takes the snap. Quick hitter near side will fall short of Huber. Incomplete, so they'll settle for 6. But the Douglas Patriots are on the board with 7:12 to play in the 4th quarter. They'll kick when we come back. Still trailing the Governors, though, 46-6. This is Pierre Governor football.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Well, the Patriots, as we're talking about what they have shown with capability when things go right, they're able to make some plays. Trevor Rounds in coverage, maybe over pursuing just a bit. Losing sight of the football, also lost sight of the receiver. It's a 5-play, 80-yard drive for the Douglas Patriots, taking 3 minutes and 48 seconds off our continually running 4th quarter clock, but a 68-yard touchdown pass from Aiden Russell to Logan Huber. They go for 2, but the pass attempt failed. And again, our score 46-6. Keon Motley will kick off. Left to right, they'll squib it, try an onside, and it'll be covered up by the Governors. One of their big fellas on the upside, Cale Munson. Good job there, an 185-pound junior, giving the Governors good field position. And why not? If you're Douglas, again, when you got nothing to lose,
Governors take over 1st and 10.
give her heck, try an onside kick. Obviously, maybe Douglas saw that onside kick from T area last week that turned out in T's favor. Pierre has it at the 49-yard line, right near midfield. Clock winding down under 7 minutes, and again it will, run continually. Dawson gets the quarterback. Pierre heading from right to left of the ball on the near hash mark. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. Getz wants to throw, but he'll tuck in, run. Out of the pocket, he'll get ankle tied across the 50-yard line. Good play there. Number 38, Travis Luthie.
We'll bring up 2nd down for
Positive gain of about 3 yards into Douglas territory, though, for Getz. Things like that, when you watch Lincoln Keenholz do that recognition thing, and he gets out of that pocket, he seems to have great vision and a ticking time bomb in his head sometimes. It looked like Dawson Getz able to do very much the same thing. Inside handoff here, Governor ball carrier met up. Morgan Sandel once again, who's played a pretty good game. He's made some plays out of that linebacking core.
Tackle made by Morgan Sandel.
I don't know if that was Trevor Rounds or another runner in there. For the Govs, can't see the number right now. No gain. As it turns out, it'll be 3rd and 7. Getz on a shotgun snap, throws underneath, over the middle, pass is caught here, but short of a first down. And it's Coulter Babcock catching his 2nd pass of the night to the 45.
4th down for the Governors.
Gain of 3. Governors will have it 4th down. And no reason not to go for it here. 4th down and a long 3. Well, we'll call it 4th and 4. Under 5 minutes to play, and there's a flinch on the Douglas side, and the Governor's going to get a helper here. Encroachment on the Patriots. 4th and 4 will become 1st and 10 as it'll be moved up 5 yards to the Douglas 40-yard line. It's only the 3rd penalty marked against the Patriots tonight, all of the 5-yard variety, but this one helping out the Governor's 2nd string, as they'll get a fresh set of downs, leading 46-6. 4:15 now, counting down 4th quarter. Gets shotgun snap, throws long, far side, and the pass through the hands of his intended receiver, Colby Carey, 155-pound junior. Looked like a well-thrown ball. Carey maybe trying to stay in bounds. He was dancing along the edge. Just couldn't haul it in. 2nd down and 10, back to the middle of the field. Right straight out in front of us, the East 40. Here at Patriot Stadium in Box Elder. Getz waiting for it. Has it now. Inside handoff, and the ball on the ground. The Patriots will pick it up. 40 to the 30, far side. Governors will catch up to him at the 20. Still on his feet, the Douglas defender, turn ball carrier. And all the way down, it's Keon Motley inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. Looks like he's out of bounds at the 11. I believe the ball carrier, I thought it was number 86. We don't have an 86 on the scoreboard, though, or on the roster sheet. Oh, and this is unnecessary. Chance of overrated. Anyway, Patriots, good job defensively. Motley rumbles all the way down. They'll call it at the Pierre 15-yard line. I'll tell you what, if you want to get those Pierce starters back out there, just keep chanting overrated, and we'll see what happens. It's 2:35 to go. Patriots will have it in the red zone at the Pierre 15-yard line. Russell, hands off, inside. Nowhere to go for the ball carrier here. And it's Mosier. Governor defense doing a good job there. Ryland Shrake once again in on a stop. See Parker LaRock out there too, big 215-pound sophomore. As Mosier will get a gain of nothing. Timeout will be called here by the Patriots. Timeout sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. We'll take a 30-second break. Go grab a Coke and be back. The Governors lead 46-6. This is Pierre Governor football.
When you're in the need,
stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you
stopping with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. 46-6, the Governors lead. Couple of defensive plays being made here tonight by the Patriots. They've really been making defensive plays all night long. First play of the night for the Governors was a quarterback sack. Lincoln Keenholz was flushed out of the pocket, and he ended up running out of bounds about 5 yards shy of the line of scrimmage, and they did get him down on the turf for a bigger loss later in that first quarter. But Governors obviously with a lot of offensive ability, a couple of special teams and defensive touchdowns as well. Second down, 15 on the near side. Floating pass is incomplete. It's out of bounds. Actually, Tucker Paris, I don't believe he completed the play anyway. He was trying to keep a foot in bounds. Nice pass there by Aiden Russell. Douglas still has their first stringers in there. Of course, Governor defense is second and third string. Paris, though, just about hauled that one in. So they'll try again. Third down and 10. Actually at the 11-yard line. Thought they'd had it back at the 15 when it started, but initially back to the 11. Ball carrier brought down for a gain of nothing, and stop the clock once again. Douglas wants a second timeout here with 1:31 to go. It'll be fourth down and about 12 as they want to get into the end zone one more time. One final Coca-Cola timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football. We're back in 30 seconds.
more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something.
Back at Douglas, Pierre Governor Football brought to you by your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors, including Bank West and Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, the Dairy Queen, Kruger Contracting, Capital City Motors, Avera Orthopedics, Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door, and our friends and partners at Live Ticket, covering live video streaming tonight. Your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors. Minute 31 to go. Douglas with one last crack at it with 4th and 12. They're at the Pierre 13-yard line. As Aiden Russell will send a man in motion. Tyler Dumdye out there. Russell throwing. Rolling right. The Governor's giving chase. And 1, 2, third Governor finally gets him down in a quarterback sack. That's good field, good coverage downfield. There was 31 for the Governors in Titan Winkler. 65, Josh Buckles out there as well. JJ in on the sack, and that'll do it for the Patriots as their season will come to an end. They just wanted one more score, and you can't blame them for that. Governors will take over at their own 18-yard line, and a loss of 5 on that play. Here really only needs to snap the football once as the clock runs continually. 45 seconds Dawson gets. We'll see what the Govs decide to do. They'll keep it on the ground. Douglas took a fumble away last time. Governors go nowhere this time. Lucas Geiersberg in on the stop, and with 30 seconds left, Governors don't have to run another play. Here we'll go to the postseason, 9-0 on the season.
As this clock winds down, we want to
loss of 3
wish the Pierre Governors the best of luck
on that final play, and a good job by the appreciative of the PA announcer, wishing the Governors luck in the postseason as Douglas, one of 3 teams in 11 AA, who will be at home watching postseason play. No more plays run. The clock has run out. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard as the Governors defeat the Douglas Patriots by the score of 46-6. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to keep warm all winter long, even though we've got a nice weekend coming up as well. Turn the air conditioning back on if you ask me. Anyway, Governors win tonight. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Postgame, and a full one at that on the way. After a 3-minute timeout, it's our Family Dental postgame on the way from Family Dental offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. This is Pierre Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors. River 92.7 online with live streaming too at drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Happy fall from your Chevy team dealer, Beck Motor Company in Pierre. October in central South Dakota means, yep, you got it, hunting season. We have a great selection of pre-owned trucks and SUVs to get you out into the field. And for October only, take home a $50 Runnings gift card to help you out with your hunting supplies. See all our inventory at beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE extension 2. That's 833-605-5483 extension 2 and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Box Elders. This one in the books. The Governors finish a 9-0 perfect season for the first time in 3 seasons. They'll go in as a number 1 seed, of course, into the postseason and play a quarterfinal round game at home next Thursday night. Don't know who it'll be. We can try to speculate as much as we want, but it won't matter really until all the scores and the official results come out tomorrow morning. But a good win here tonight, 46-6 as expected, as the Governors defeat the Douglas Patriots on this one. And again, because of I think relaxation and maybe some lackadaisical play, it's not the prettiest game. It really isn't the best game that you want to play when you're as heavily favored as the Governors would be in this one. But you know, you get out there and you make the plays when you can make them, and Pierre is able to go on for the victory in this one as they win again 46-6 over the Douglas Patriots. We'll give you the full rundown, but Coach Steve Steele already coming up to talk to us about this one, and we'll maybe let him catch his breath after climbing all those steps here tonight. But again, Governors get touchdowns from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger to start the scoring in the first minute of the game, 48 yards out, but then Pierre gets a blocked punt, recovered for a touchdown. They're up 13-0 2.5 minutes into this one. Lincoln Keenholz with a 27-yard run, Chance Sarda with a 33-yard interception return, make it 25-0. Two more scores on touchdown passes from Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser from 1 yard out and then from 22 yards out, and our halftime score sat at 39-0. Governors clock runs continually in the second half. Keenholz to Kaiser for the third time tonight from 26 yards out, made it 46-0 with 5:11 to go in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, at a 46-0 score. One more play nicely done for Aiden Russell as he completes a 68-yard touchdown pass to Logan Huber on an over pursuit by the Governors, as Douglas gets one score on the board, but their two-point conversion attempt failed. 46-6 ends up being the final score in this one. Coach Steve Steele, and you come into a game, and one thing we talk about is it's not the easiest game to get excited to play, I suppose, coming out here, especially, and we talked about it earlier today on a Thursday night against a team that struggles a little bit. And I think the first thing we notice is there's some sloppiness in this game. I think you got to give credit on a number of occasions and plays being made defensively by the Douglas Patriots. But I think all in all, you get what you needed coming out here one more time to get some other people some reps, you get some people some rest, which is very important, and you're 9-0 going as a top seed into the postseason.
Yeah, that's obviously the most important part about any of them is coming out here with a win, and coming in as healthy as we can enter the game. But yeah, I mean, you could just see. I mean, obviously there wasn't a whole lot of focus there. There was a lot of sloppiness in the first half, and a little bit in the second half, but. That's what happens when you play without five starters, really. And you've got a lot of new faces and new places. That camaraderie and stuff isn't there. So that's one of those things where, even though they've played a whole JV season, they're not playing with the guys they're playing with all of a sudden here. So in a lot of ways, this is week one for some of that. So we knew there was going to be some. Probably a little more than we would have liked, but at the same point in time, again, we got what we needed tonight, so now we just got to go back and get ready for playoffs.
I think coaches certainly understand that. Football people will understand that, but to the everyday fan, you don't really understand what's going on in the heat of battle, in the trenches, on that line of scrimmage with those guys on the offensive line, and I think that's what you're talking about, where things aren't what the guys are used to tonight.
Yeah, and so much of playing the offensive line is communicating. And understanding, what the guy next to you is going to do, because that affects what you're going to do, and especially on a lot of plays where you're reading a blitzer and you're passing off a defensive lineman. By week 9, if you're staying with the same group, they don't need to communicate a whole bunch. They just know. But when you add a new guy in there, he doesn't just know, because he hasn't been working with somebody for the whole season so far. So it just adds another element that you've really got to continue to improve. And up front, communication is everything. So like I said, it was good for him today. We definitely had plenty of mistakes that we've got to clean up, but I said to some degree expected.
Yeah, learning experience. I mean, give credit to as we said, to those Patriot defenders. They get in, they get you a couple of sacks on the night, and and they're blocking kicks on the PATs, and 3 takeaways actually for Douglas tonight. And hey, I know it's senior night, and they kept those guys out there all night long, but these guys didn't quit. They're an underdog against everybody they play, but they didn't quit tonight.
Yeah, they played hard. They had a couple of really good players. That 84 was really impressive to me. I can't remember the name, but he was very impressive to me out there today. Made a couple of really good plays on defense. Had a really couple good offensive catches there. So they did a lot of good things. But I said we've got to take this one and learn what we can from it and just continue to move on. Now is the point where doesn't matter if you're banged up, doesn't matter if it's your week one. It's the biggest one every week now.
There still were plays in the first half, and you got to give credit to your defense too, getting in on that block punt for a touchdown. Chance started with an interception return. So certainly the defense, they didn't make every play, but you still got guys who were out there every night, and Gavin Stotts and Josh Rydberg, I thought, had a good game tonight, and still the defense was pitching a shutout when they needed to.
Yeah, all in all, defense played great. They did what they were supposed to do. Really a couple of little laxes, passes where they got a little bit on us. That punt fiasco where they dropped the snap and then ended up running for 20 yards or something. So, most of the stuff we feel is pretty preventable. We're not super concerned. It was a good effort on the defensive side of the ball. And again, it's got to be a learning experience. We can't afford to be happy too long. We've got to start getting right back at it tomorrow.
You could definitely still see some nights or some plays and some real good stretches of good rhythm in that offense, though. And as we say, not the easiest night to play, but you still have the best offense in the state.
Yeah, no, it was still, like I said, we still got into a rhythm at times. We still did what we needed to do, but it's tough. And, that's kind of one of the underrated things where we were joking on the headsets of like, that block punch for a touchdown, it's awesome, but that
keeps your
offense off the field. There was a long time where we were off the field on the offensive side, and it's a hard thing to find, when you get cold after sitting there for a long time. So, good problem, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, so let's look ahead now. Not much to say, I guess, extra about this type of night, other than let's focus on the second stringers and what they were able to do. I mean, the one offensive touchdown you had in the second half was the starting lineup, but still moving the chains. And I saw, a couple of good passes. I thought Dawson threw a pretty good ball, even though that one play almost got intercepted. But it's still some good things to see from those guys too.
Yeah, and that was a really great throw over to Colby Carey. I mean, just barely off the fingertips. Would have been a tough catch, but I mean that was a really good job. He stepped up in the pocket. He delivered a confident throw, made the right read. So lots to like there. Lots to like. Trevor ran hard when he got in there for a few carries. And again at that point in time, you kind of just know. They all know what's going on. They're just they're bombing everybody, bringing extra guys, and that's not an easy situation for young guys to go into too.
Yeah. So and even on the defensive side, I think second string, save for the one touchdown pass, which again you got to give credit to them for. But I think guys like Rylan Shrake and saw J.J. Buckles getting in on that last play too, and you got some good things coming up defensively from the young guys.
Yeah. Lots to be excited about. A lot of kids getting experience, getting ready to go, and again a successful JV season, and you're seeing those guys and get into the varsity guys and line up and work and keep playing, making plays.
All right. Well, next week you've got a quarterfinal home game against any one of 3 or 4 different teams. I think doesn't really matter who you play. You've got one focus from here on out.
Yep. Just got to find a way to get to the next one.
I guess so. I thought we'd have more of a conversation about that, but I think with that said, we'll let you go. You got a long road trip home and another good win tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Steve Steele, the head coach, in a 46-6 victory for the Governors over the Douglas Patriots. Let's take a 3-minute break. We've got more of our Family Dental postgame coming up. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
You love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Push it, pull it, drag it, haul it, tow it. Just get it to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Right now, your trade is worth at least $3,000. If it's got a VIN number and on 4 wheels, we'll give you $3,000 for it when you trade in at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Don't wait. This special won't last long. Get $3,000 when you trade at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Back at Douglas High, the Governors defeating the Patriots tonight, 46-6. After a chat with the coach, Steve Steele, he did tell us that he's quite confident that Pierre will play next week against the loser of the Spearfish and Sturgis game going on in Spearfish right now. We mentioned that was 21-6 Spartans at the half, but Sturgis has come from behind and tied that score, and that one we'll check on it later on, but it was 21-21 as they'll play in the fourth quarter. So Sturgis opens the night at 6. Spearfish is the 8th seed, and they should flip-flop, according to Coach Steele, and still be the 6 and the 8 seeds. If Spearfish wins, they jump to 6. If Sturgis loses, they'll fall to 6. Mitchell and Huron, who are 9 and 10, are both probably going to lose tonight. Mitchell was playing well against Brookings, but apparently has fallen behind, and again, we'll check that a little bit later on. But he does expect to play either Sturgis or Spearfish, whoever loses that matchup that is going on right now still in Spearfish. So the Governors will have an opponent they haven't played yet this season, most likely for that quarterfinal round. And again, more on that coming up, and all the playoff scores still to come as well. But as we take a look at the stats in this one, again, we gave you the scoring plays. 4 touchdowns on the night through the air for Lincoln Keenholz. Add another one on the ground. 3 touchdowns caught by Cade Kaiser. One more for Brecken Kruger as well. But Lincoln Keenholz passing on the night is probably something a lot of people are interested in. I've got him at 16 out of 20 on the night, unofficially 209 yards passing through the air. Came into the night about 596 shy of the all-time 9-man passing total for a career from Cody Thompson to Lemon McIntosh, but still going to be about 390 yards shy of that record for what it's worth, if that 209 is anywhere close to the official total. But 16 of 20, 209, 4 touchdowns thrown by Lincoln Keenholz tonight, and Dawson Getz was 1 out of 2 for 3 yards picked up. Unofficially, as Keenholz also was sacked twice for losses of 17 yards, so 209, and let's make it 212 total passing yards, but take away 17 for the sacks. That's 195 yards of net passing for the Governors. Tack on 66 yards on the ground, and a total of 261 total yards for the night for Pierre. Brock Mosier is the leading ground gainer tonight, just 4 carries, but he'll pick up 38 yards at a nice 27-yard romp. Lincoln Keenholz had a 27-yard scamper as well for a touchdown, his 16th touchdown on the ground, to go with now 37 through the air. Trevor Rounds had 3 carries but lost 2 yards total. All right, let's make that plus 2. Dawson Getz had a keeper for 3 yards as well. And the total for the Governors actually would be 70 yards on the ground, and we'll update that to 265 total yards. Not a lot of yards gained because you're playing on short fields, and like Coach said, you get a defensive touchdown and a special teams block punt for a touchdown, and that's taking opportunities of the offense to do some stat gathering, so to speak. But all in all, it's just another win for the Governors. Receiving-wise, Cade Kaiser, 4 catches for 56 yards. 3 of those go for touchdowns. Jack Merkwan with 2 catches for 49 yards. Brecken Kruger, 1 catch for a 48-yard score. Brock Mosier, 3 catches, 30 yards. George Stolley plays a good game tonight. 3 catches, 25 yards. Coulter Babcock, 2 catches for 4 yards. And E.J. Bucci with a catch for no gain. Governors with 6 penalties on the night and 3 turnovers, 3 fumbles lost, which would be something that would be kind of a blemish on this game. But again, this is one you maybe just file away for the most part and move on to next week, picking up a 40-point win. For the Douglas Patriots, tough going on the ground tonight as their negative 20 total yards rushing turned into negative 31 at the end of this ball game. And we won't go into the official stats in that one, but Anthony Mosier had a tough night. 10 carries overall, trying to count out total carries for that team, and it'd be about 22 carries for losses of 31 yards. Unofficially, I think nothing more than a 4-yard gain at any one time in any of those carries. Governor defense sniffed out the run, no doubt about it. Did a good job through the air with the exception of the one pass play that Douglas did complete for a 68-yard touchdown. Overall, quarterback Aiden Russell will go 11 of 20 on the game for 137 yards. He was sacked 4 times for losses of 16 yards, so 121 net passing, along with minus 31 on the ground. They'll go 90 total yards for the Douglas Patriots. Logan Huber, the recipient of that receiving touchdown, he catches 3 passes for 73 yards. Next in line, Tucker Paris, as Coach Steele mentioned, pretty good receiver, 2 catches for 19 yards. Jacob Tebow had 2 catches for 27 yards. Anthony Mosier, 1 catch for 16 yards, and then Marcus Woods and Stephen Coper, who was injured in that first half, couple of catches each, 1 catch each for a total of 3 yards, and Tyler Dumdye lost a yard on a reception as well. Just 3 penalties, all 5-yard variety for the Douglas Patriots. They did lose 1 fumble and lost 1 turnover on an interception thrown as well. Chance Sarda returned that for a touchdown. So a lot to sing about and a lot that makes you scratch your head a little bit in this Governor performance tonight, but they still win it 46-6. Plenty to talk about still in our post game with big plays of the game coming up. Also your player of the game. We'll send it back to studio for a quick break. And let's take a 2-minute timeout and we'll come back with big plays of the game. Coming up, more on the way on our Family Dental post-game. This is Governor Football.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Renke Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
It's pretty obvious the world is moving faster than ever, and that means my health sometimes takes a back seat. Pressing pause on life to call for an appointment, shuffle my afternoon schedule, drive across town for a doctor's appointment sometimes feels impossible. My day just got better because I'm feeling better with the help of Avera Now. I can use my mobile device or computer for an online video visit that allows me to see a provider for urgent care conditions 24/7. Technology that fits my life with the quality healthcare of Avera. Learn how to begin at avera.org/now.
Hey DQ fans, we're so excited about October's Blizzard of the Month that we just had to tell you. Meet the new Snickers Brownie Blizzard Treat. Made with Snickers pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and caramel topping, blended into world-famous DQ soft serve. This might just be your new go-to order, and you don't even have to trick or treat to get it. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Postgame continues on a 46-6 win for the Pierre Governors tonight, 9-0 on the season. Douglas will end their season with a record of 0-9, and they'll regroup and retool for next season, which for them, I guess, the saying goes, starts tomorrow. Well, let's talk about big plays in this one. Big plays in our broadcast are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Certainly a number of big plays. We'll try to pick one out when we come back after you hear this from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics with big plays in the game, and let's shout out one more time the 68-yard touchdown for the Douglas Patriots. Their final night of the season and senior night. It is a big night for some of those, and to say that they were able to score a touchdown, I think, on the Pierre Governors, that could be a big deal and a moral victory of sorts and a big play for them from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. But I think for the Governors, starting right away with 48 yards from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger offensively, then you get that block punt recovered in the end zone by George Stolley for a quick second touchdown. It did, and again, not the best night or the purest night of football for the Pierre Governors, but a couple of quick touchdowns had them on the roll, and certainly Chance Sarda with a defensive touchdown making a play, and he was making plays all night long, as were a few others on defense as well. Those are probably the biggest plays of this football game, and we'll go with those as big plays that are sponsored by the folks at Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. One other order of business is the naming of tonight's player of the game, and that comes to us courtesy of Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Hear this, and we're back for the announcement of tonight's player of the game. This is Governor Football.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Hunting the fields, fishing the waters, taking kids to activities, Cowboy Country Store is ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. and right now at all locations, $2 from every large breakfast pizza is donated to breast cancer awareness. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Chance Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores and players of the game. Another workmanlike performance for Lincoln Keenholz, of course, and just 5 more touchdowns on the night, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. There were certainly some offensive people playing nice games, but I think a lot of the focus goes to the defense. You got another great night for Gavin Stotts, who just seems to make tackles everywhere, and every play the guy is just all over the football. I think in the last few ball games, Gavin Stotts starting to solidify himself as maybe a defensive all-state caliber player, no doubt about that. So keep it up, Gavin Stotts. Also, really thought, kind of had my mind made up early that maybe Josh Rydberg was player of the game worthy with some quick plays off of the left side of the defensive line as well. Of course, a lot of Douglas will focus on their old buddy Jason Machachok and getting him out of the plays, but Rydberg made some great stops, but then Chance Sarda came up with that defensive touchdown and the interception return from 33 yards out. He also making tackles, it seemed, all over the field, and Chance Sarda had a good ball game as well. We're going to go with Chance Sarda, tonight's player of the game. We'll get him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments from River 92.7 Sports and Cowboy Country Stores. He is your CCS, Cowboy Country Stores player of the game as the Governors defeat Douglas to wrap up the regular season 46-6 in this one. So Douglas' season comes to an end. The Governors again will, according to Coach Steve Steele, play either Sturgis or Spearfish, and that's a good segue to take a look at all the other scores in South Dakota tonight. Some tight ball games in the postseason. We'll get to those momentarily, but let's start in 11 AA with the Govs win over Douglas. T area did beat Watertown tonight 39-6. Sioux Falls Lincoln 42-7 over Aberdeen Central. Yankton has opened things up on Huron 42-14. They'll win that one and move on into the postseason. Brookings came from behind, scored Dakota last 21 points against Mitchell and beat them 35-21. And it is Spearfish in overtime defeating the Sturgis Scoopers 28-27. So Spearfish got a conversion. Sturgis unable to convert, and Sturgis, according to Coach Steele, will probably fall to the 8th seed and probably have to come to Hollister Field to take on the Pierre Governors next week. So we'll look forward to that. That is Thursday night, not Friday. Brandon Valley in 11 AAA is a winner today over Sioux Falls, Washington, 35-33. Mentioned Lincoln over Aberdeen Central. O'Gorman came from behind and beat Harrisburg 24-20. Rapid City Stevens has opened up a 42-6 lead over Rapid City Central out here in the West. And back at Howard Wood Field at halftime, Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 30-13. Checking in on the Chamberlain Cubs as they were down 35-0 at halftime to Canton. They have a big second half surge, but Canton beats the Chamberlain 38-21 in that one. Now playoffs in 11B. Winner 62-7 is a winner over Lee Deadwood. Elk Point Jefferson wins. Dual over St. Thomas More. Mobridge Pollock falls at Aberdeen Roncalli 46-0. Mount Vernon Plankinson beats Tri-Valley. McCook Central Montrose over Sioux Valley. Hot Springs is a winner 45-6 over Bridgewater Emory Ethan, and a low-scoring game, just as I said it would be. Redfield over Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central 7-6. I was telling somebody that earlier today. In 9AA, number 1 Howard is a winner over Britton Hecla easily. Elkton Lake Benton, tough game with Kimball White Lake, but they win it 32-18. Parkston over Leola Frederick by 40 tonight. Bonham defeats Ipswich 42-20 in a good one. Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy 36-30 over Florence Henry. Hamlin had no trouble with Viborg Hurley. Hanson beats Platte Geddes. And Wall, a Mercy Rule win over Stanley County tonight, 58-8. That one on KGFX. Lyman is a 50-point winner over Oldham Ramona Rutland from KPLO tonight. Castlewood shut out Timberlake 26-0. Harding County moves on with a 38-10 win over Chester area. Phillip defeats Esteline Hendricks 36-0. Canastota beats Alcester Hudson. Gregory 50 points. Iroquois Lake Preston. Woolsey Wessington a 41-0 win at over Dubrook area, and top seed Warner over Burke 53-0. In 9B, here's a score for you. Avon 74, Faulkton area 48. A game in Avon. Faulkton area's season comes to an end. Dale Rapids St. Mary's beats Faith 30-20. Sully Buttes in a tough battle defeats Potter County. Just one touchdown in the second half, but they got the 2-point conversion. The Buttes move on, and they win it for Coach Seffner 14-12 in that one. Harriet Selby, Mercy Rules, Lemon McIntosh. The top seed moves on. Irene Wakanda over Corsica Stickney in an upset in this one. Here's another high-scoring game, 61-52 final in that one. DeSmet beats Cologne by 50. Kadoka over New Underwood 60-6. Hitchcock Tulare shuts out Jones County 50-0. David Burrow will have the updated matchups on drgnews.com and the sports pages tomorrow as well, and in his sportscast also. So listen for those, and you'll find out officially who the Governors will play next Thursday as well. It should be the Sturgis Scoopers, if Coach Steele is right, and I've never known him to be wrong. Pierre and Sturgis, that would be next Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Most likely the kickoff, we'd be on the air at 6:25. Hope you can join us for that. We do have Governor Volleyball coming up on Saturday afternoon with a 1 o'clock pregame, 1:30 first serve as they host Aberdeen, and then they go to Brookings on Tuesday night as well with another 6:30 pregame on that one. Best of luck to the competitive cheer and dance teams at their state meet in Watertown this weekend coming up on Saturday, and the state cross country teams, they go to Huron for state cross country meet. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all, when we're on the road, keep your eyes on the road, not on the phone. That reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. And one more look down onto the field and onto the track down below us. We see former Douglas Patriot Jason Michachok talking to some of his old buddies. Quick reminder that I had a chat with Jason Michachok in our Players Perspective podcast. You can hear that if you go to the River 92.7 page in the podcast section at drgnews.com. It's a two-part interview, and part one is up right now on drgnews.com. So that'll do it for tonight. For many thanks to Caleb Brozick for running camera once again for Live Ticket. You've got a live video stream playback availability on this one, drgnews.com also, and for Heather Williams running audio production in studio. I'm Brian Oakland. your official voice for the Pierre Governors, as the Governors defeat Douglas tonight on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard 46-6. We'll meet you again up on Saturday afternoon for high school volleyball, Tuesday night for high school volleyball, and next Thursday from Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field, Pierre in a quarterfinal playoff matchup. Our next Governor broadcast here on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody.